You know, a lot of people seem confused about how to suggest a video for the Drunken Peasants podcast. A lot of people try to tweet them to us. A lot of people send them to Drunken Peasants email box. I'm sorry, but all of that is just wrong, okay? The only place that we look at videos and consider them for the show is if you send them as a private message on the Drunken Peasants Facebook page. And not only should you send us your links there, you should clearly label what they are. Like, here's a news story I think you guys should talk about. Here's a crazy video on YouTube. Here's someone for troll or not a troll. Here's something for a stupid ads segment. Here is me asking you guys a question. And that's where it belongs, in our Facebook inbox, clearly labeled. Because other than that, we ain't gonna pay attention to it, and you've just wasted your time. Sorry to say. Hey guys, if you enjoy the Drunken Peasants podcast, be sure to go to audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get your free audio book. They have books like The God Delusion or Mr. Mercedes by Stephen King. Also, 150,000 other titles to choose from. So be sure to check that out. It supports the show and you get a free audiobook in the process. So what the fuck do you have to lose? Tacos. The Drunken Peasants podcast is satirical in nature, and while we do occasionally delve into serious issues and discussions, our primary purpose is to entertain and amuse. In other words, don't take this shit too seriously.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants Podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Suck it!
There are starving children in the world, right?
Show me a child. Show me some empirical evidence it's happened. Yes, what's wrong with you?
Lick my butthole, he laughed.
What the fuck is going on?
Nothing, TJ. You're garbage. You're garbage, TJ.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
And Scotty. I like our animated selves.
Hello, everyone. Welcome.
God bless John Cena.
Yeah, welcome. Thanks to the
Alphabet
Drunk Peasants Cast Pods, where we fucking
smoke weed every day.
Yeah,
Hey.
exactly. You know,
Smoke weed.
That was perfect timing.
it was. It was beautiful. It was kismet. It was destiny.
I like the new intro, but I don't know when to come in on it.
Yeah, we'll get it down. We'll get the timing down.
Yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
probably so.
So what'd you do this weekend, TJ? What'd you do, buddy?
I fucking
What'd you do?
had BDSM sex times.
Oh.
Yeah,
Well, gee willikers, TJ. That's a lot of information, buddy.
it was. But you asked, and you already knew, so you must have wanted to hear.
Can you talk louder or something?
I actually did
I'm
not.
talking loud.
I actually did
Oh,
not
yeah.
know, TJ, because I don't.
Talking okay.
I'm not all up in your business, bitch.
Business.
Bitch.
Bitch.
You're usually telling me to fucking shut up, so talking less loud.
Oh, you know what?
I'm more passive now.
You're passive.
There was a part of our trip.
I've calmed down.
that
I've mellowed, Ben.
we talked about England on the last show, but we didn't get to this part, and I want to talk about it.
Sure, go ahead.
Because this is the part that I laugh the hardest during. It's when TJ, who only brushes his teeth probably like once a week.
If you're lucky.
I would say twice a week.
Oh, wow.
He doubled it, guys.
I'm improving. My
he-
my ever fucking growing quest for
He
self-improvement.
used
Ben.
Scotty's toothbrush.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did. I didn't use it intentionally.
It was the day before we left, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone was packing up. TJ's like, "That's my toothbrush." Scotty's like, "No, that's mine." And then And then Scotty started pushing TJ like he was going to hit him. And then he's like, now I got your STDs. And then he walked out like into the hallway. He was like,
I did.
No, well, Scotty went out into the hallway. I was with him in the hallway later, and his face was all like pale white. Like he was about to
Like sheet white, like a ghost.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm going to die. I've got the AIDS now.
Ben said it like I was more angry than the guy on the subway.
Yeah.
I literally almost attacked TJ. I almost just like full on like attacked TJ. I was so angry at
I
him.
just went down for a cigarette. I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah, 'cause you know
Scotty starts like, "Rah!" I'm like, get the fuck away from me. Crazy irrational fuck.
Yeah. Stop
Dude.
being irrational, Scotty.
don't
You're
fucking use
irrational.
my toothbrush, TJ.
I didn't think it was your toothbrush, motherfucker. I thought
I
that was
bought
the one
you a fucking toothbrush.
I know, and
You're
I
a
thought that was the
moron.
one you bought for me, you fucking
then-
piece of
Why
shit.
would I fucking what?
And then TJ lost that toothbrush, and then he bought a new one.
No, I didn't lose it. I threw it away because it was a cheap piece of shit. I can't believe you even bought me such a shitty
It was
toothbrush.
fucking £3.
Yeah, I know. You should have got me a real toothbrush.
That's all they fucking had, bitch.
I don't care.
Man, fuck you, TJ.
I mean, that's all they had. That's the best toothbrush in the entire fucking joint.
Dude, it's a fucking small fucking
But
pharmacy.
then TJ got one, and it stayed in the package for like
most of the trip.
like more than.
And I
half
bought a
of it.
new one when I got home. I bought a big electric toothbrush.
Oh, you bought some expensive one.
It's not expensive.
Oh, I thought you meant you bought like one of those like Sonic Care ones or some shit.
Nah, like some cheap knockoff.
Oh, I see.
Bought it at the drugstore.
The
For like $30 or something.
Where I go to buy my drugs.
She just thinks like CVS and Walgreens is like the best fucking way to shop. He's like, man, it's more, but you know, it's smarter and it's quicker. It's like
It is quicker.
it's quicker, but like their selection is so small and like it's just like junk. Basically,
It has everything that anyone needs in life.
Yeah, except real fruits and vegetables.
I said everything people need, Scotty.
I think there's a greater need for that than fucking chips.
No, that's
okay.
You're misguided. You've been brainwashed.
All you ever come back with from that fucking place is like soda, chips, or cookies.
Frozen pizzas.
Yeah, frozen.
Oh, I
pizzas.
have frozen pizzas. I'm gonna eat one when I get home.
Are there meat on them?
One of them's not.
I'll
I'll have to just throw the other one away, I guess.
Yeah, TJ is saying that he's not eating meat except for the times that he eats meat.
Well,
So-
I just said I'm going to be a vegetarian with moments of weakness. Is what's going to happen.
Which means you're not a
frequent moments.
Yeah.
of weakness.
they're not going to be that frequent.
Yeah, well,
Frequent.
all of these terms are subjective. Like, not that frequent to you.
I like subjectivity because it gives me weasel room.
I know, and I'm not going to let you do it.
Yeah, you will.
Yeah.
You have no choice.
How many times per week would you eat meat, Teach? What would you say?
I'm not going to.
Hold on. No.
It has to
let's,
be.
Let's
Oh,
set this
yeah,
now,
there you
TJ.
go.
No,
Yeah.
no, because it has to be based on genuine moments of weakness. I can't plan moments of weakness because then it really is not a vegetarian.
You plan to have moments of weakness whenever you want to eat meat.
I'm not planning to have moments of weakness. I just know that I inevitably will have moments of weakness. There's a difference.
No, there's not.
Oh, yeah.
Know thyself, Ben.
She just wants as much wiggle room as possible
Yeah.
to be like, you know what?
You gotta have wiggle room, dude. Don't commit fully to
This is why you never do anything, TJ, because you do not commit fully to anything.
Right.
It's like, girl, I'll put
I've
a
done
t-
plenty of shit. Fuck you.
Like what?
I went to Europe.
We made you
We
go to
fucking
Europe.
forced you.
Well, I
dude.
fucking surrounded
You-
myself with people that forced me to go to Europe.
You tried to get out of it at the very last moment.
So?
You try to get out of it, Ben.
And you got
like,
all mad. It's like, nope, we're flying to DC. TJ's like,
Ben, you don't even know. There's so many times my TJ going to Europe. He's like, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. He tried for months to like get out of it. Then finally, it's like the decision time is here. TJ's like,
And then, we went to Amsterdam. TJ is like all high. He's looking at him. He's like, Ben, I was wrong.
I was
You
wrong.
were right.
It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong, Ben.
No, it's just such a rarity for you.
It takes a big man to admit when he's wrong.
TJ
I'm sticking with that story.
I think TJ, if he went back to Europe, would just go to Amsterdam.
I probably would.
Because like TJ loved Amsterdam.
Let's just talk about, since this is the next part, we went to Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium.
And Belgium was cool. There was like a gay
Beer and gayness.
Yeah, there was like a gay pride festival parade thing going on.
Dudes were fucking in the streets.
No, they weren't.
I know.
No.
They might have been somewhere, but
But I'll tell you what, out of all the places we went to, it seemed like they stayed up and drank the latest.
Yeah,
Yes.
they definitely did. Belgians are hardcore.
Yes.
Because, like, I would say from the moment we got there at like midday until like 5 or 6 a.m. the next morning, it was just like nonstop, like loud music and partying and people screaming and chattering and yeah, man, fuck yeah, woo!
Dude,
And even by like 9:30 a.m.
Yeah, there was
the
still
bars.
stragglers.
Well, the bars were just reopening.
Yeah, it's like anyone who stopped drinking 3.5 hours ago, feel free to come drink some more.
Yep.
We're back.
yeah, like most of the bars there closed at 3 or 4 in the morning.
Me and Ben went to this place that was owned by like Delirium.
Yeah,
like
it was a
beer
delirium
company.
place. Yeah.
And we drank this shit called Delirium Red, which I guess is like 14 or 15% alcohol by volume, but it tastes like fucking soda pop practically.
Yeah. Yeah, we drank a lot of that
Drank
shit.
a shit ton of it and just sat there and like blathered on about like 90s music.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Yep. Zeus, man, that was cool.
Man, fucking Pretty Hate Machine, man. It's the
Yeah.
only flawless 9-inch nail.
Yeah.
You know.
It's true.
Fucking Trent, afterwards, there's some good shit, some bad shit, but fucking Pretty Hate Machine, fucking perfect. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying, man? And we're like, yeah, I feel you right now, dog.
So the next morning we got up. I had breakfast. I don't think anyone else on the trip woke up in time for breakfast
Ever.
throughout the entire trip.
I had English breakfast.
The only
once.
days we did was
You had it in lunchtime.
It was like at 11.
the only days we were up early were the days we had to get on a train or something. That was it.
Funnily enough, I didn't have English breakfast in England, though. I had it in Amsterdam.
Yep.
But it was pretty good, so whatever.
So we got on the train, and we rode the train through the Netherlands, and then we got to Amsterdam. How long were we on the train?
I don't know.
That was
forever.
like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Forever.
No, it wasn't forever.
It's fucking forever. We're still on that fucking thing. This is all.
No, you're thinking of the one from Paris to Nice. You're thinking of
Well, that was the long
I
one.
was
That was
thinking
a
about. I was
6-hour
thinking about
ride.
all of them. All train rides are equally long and boring.
They're not equally long,
They
but
feel
anyway.
equally long.
Okay,
to me.
so we got there, and TJ's like immediately creeped out in Amsterdam.
I had my first culture shock on the first day in Amsterdam.
Like, he was uncomfortable with the public weed smoking, of all things.
Well,
Me
it's
and
weird
Scotty
'cause
looked at him.
You're fucking trained to be like hiding that shit all the time.
Fuck no, dude. I was like, I'm in Amsterdam.
Yeah. Me and Scotty kept looking at TJ, who looked all creeped out. TJ was creeped out by, well, basically,
Plus, I was high for the first time in a lot of days.
the place we stayed was literally in the middle of the red light district,
Yep.
like in that area. And like we could look out our window and see hookers, ladies that are members of the world's oldest
Ladies
profession.
of the night.
Yeah. Like we could see them literally right out of our windows.
I would hear dudes fighting with the hookers too.
Yeah, well, I
fucking bitch!
You said 80 euro or something. Yeah.
So
I saw them arguing too.
the first day after we checked in, we all met up. We went to the coffee shop. We smoked, and then we went for a walk. And we walked like down this street where all the like live sex show places are and everything. And TJ's just like looking like totally creeped out. Like he looks freaked out as fucked.
Yeah, I'm like,
Fucked.
And TJ said some weird shit. He's like, I'm weirded out by this place. And we're like, why? And he's like, you could smoke weed and it's legal. And it's like, yeah, well, it's not,
Yeah,
it's not exactly legal. It's like, yeah, but still. Then it's like,
It's legal enough.
and people here are ugly. It fucks with me. They're ugly. And we're like,
I didn't blurt it out like that.
no, but you said it was in private. You're like, they're ugly, man. What is it about this place? They're ugly. Like in England, I felt ugly. Here, I feel attractive. People here are ugly.
I don't remember saying these things, man.
You were definitely.
I said things vaguely similar to what you're saying.
You were really high most of the time you were there, dude.
I was high the entire time I was there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I did not.
we were all pretty stoned the entire time, but you were
I
like,
acclimated the next day.
What?
It was fine.
We were there for 6 days or something.
Yeah.
All right.
It felt like home by the time we left. I'm like,
Yeah.
bye.
Yeah, by the last. Well, let's wait till we get to the last day. So,
Sure.
what do we do the second day? Probably just get high and like
We
walk
just got
around.
high.
we went like a boat tour.
Yeah,
yeah,
We went on the boat tour.
It hurt my neck. It was
It
cool.
hurt everyone's neck.
Yeah, that boat tour was like
It's
cool,
like this
but
the whole time.
yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
And the third day was basically we did the meetup.
Yeah.
was
that
very
the third
different.
day?
I don't know. It was the third or fourth.
I think that was the fourth day.
Or was it the fourth day?
Yeah.
Until we got there, it was like Sunday.
'Cause the day
Monday,
before that-
Tuesday. Yeah, you're right. It's the fourth day.
The day before that is like when we went to the Smart Shop and got the truffles.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And we decided, like, I was only going to eat a little bit. I didn't want to eat a whole bunch because the choices were going out and walking among like all these people that I didn't know, or sitting in a fucking little room that was basically like a box.
With TJ.
Yeah. And I didn't
Who
want
barely
that.
showers.
Yeah. I didn't even bring that up.
Dude, you're a fucking.
At this point, we had been out for like over a week, almost 2 weeks, I think. No, like a week and a half.
Yeah.
And TJ has showered like once or twice, and he hasn't washed his clothes, so his clothes are like practically walking on their own at this point. They have enough momentum behind them and enough like human skin cells in them to like walk on their own.
There's practically clones of me growing in them.
Yeah.
They've become like this fucked up peach.
And I have to share a room with him. He smells like fucking kimchi.
Kimchi.
Okay.
It's a food, right?
Yeah. It's like fermented, like vegetables and shit.
Fermented vegetables.
Something like that. Anyway,
I don't know how I would end up smelling like vegetables.
because you're fermenting in your fucking clothes.
Yeah.
You're like basically creating vinegar in your clothes. But anyway.
Dude, if we douse them in vinegar, it'd actually clean them.
Vinegar balls.
So we ate the truffles and we went for a walk. And I ate just enough for like things to kind of feel funny.
Yeah, me too.
And then when we got back, we ate more, and me and TJ just laid in our beds in our room, staring at the ceiling,
laughing,
and sweating. I was sweating too.
It was great because like anything that either of us said was just like comedy gold, you know. Like, man, Scotty sure is stupid, huh?
I remember you tried to get me to stay with you. You're like, stay here. And I'm like, there's nowhere for me to sit. And you guys are both like totally fucked up. You should stay, dude. It's like, no, I'm going back to my hotel. Bye.
We thought about following you and like being like, you invited us
Yeah.
here.
It was like a 15-minute walk. There's no way you guys would have walked there for 2 minutes and been like, fuck this, and turned around.
I think
and went
once we
back.
got up and started walking, we would have been unstoppable.
Yes, an unstoppable force.
But instead, we just fell asleep.
Yeah.
You guys ate a ton of space cake,
Next,
too.
yeah,
mushrooms and space cakes together, pretty good.
space cakes are awesome.
Yeah, they are.
So next day we woke up, had some food, and by the way, that's one thing we had to get used to as Americans is like, if you're in a hurry, you can still go out and grab some food here. If you're in a hurry, you probably shouldn't go to a restaurant in Europe.
No, you should go to like someplace you can get like a quick bit of street food or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically just need to get like takeout. You just need to like grab a sandwich and go.
Right.
Service is way slower.
Right.
Pretty much everywhere in Europe. It's a very different like service style.
Right. Yeah.
Like wait staff is not up your ass. You got to be like up theirs if you really want stuff to happen.
Yeah.
Hi, my name's Steven. I'll be taking care of you today.
None of that.
Is it your first time being here?
It's like, welcome, sit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be back in 20 minutes for your drink order.
Eat soon. Then it's like 30 minutes later. It's like, here's these drinks. Like, all right. Then it's like 30 more minutes.
So anyway, we ate food. We were in a hurry. We had to like eat really fast because our food took forever to come. And then we left and we showed up and it was me and TJ. We went on our own and Scotty showed up.
Scotty's a bitch.
No, well, when Scotty showed up, he was in kind of a fragile state.
Yeah, that's true. Scotty shows up and he's like, he shows up to hang
I
out.
noticed he was acting kind of weird.
Yeah, he's kind of like looking like at people and shit. And then he just like comes to me. He's like, hey, TJ, Monica said, gotta go, man. Be back in a minute, later, man. See, it's like, what? This is the meetup. And then people start asking me, like, where's fucking Scotty, man? Where's Scotty? I'm like, I don't know. Scotty sucks. He's garbage. And they're like, where is he, though, for real? I'm like, I don't fucking know where Scotty is. He just fucking came up to me and left. Say Scotty came back, like, I don't know, an hour later. Something like that. And he's like, yeah, before I left, before I came here, I took shrooms. And everyone's face was melting, and I kept seeing this floating blue triangle. And for some he never said anything about it making sound, but for some reason, whenever I see it in my mind, it makes this hum like.
I don't remember, but I just remember like seeing all that weird shit and being like,
This guy's like, well, gotta go. And then I noticed Scotty's fucking pupils were the size of dimes.
Oh, and by the way, backing up a little bit, when we got to the first place, because, you know, we just kind of picked a place that was near us to have the meetup. We didn't really know where to have it because this is our second time planning anything like this. We realized it was way too small. We were like taking up like the whole back end of this place.
It's like a bunch of people in a big elevator.
Right.
We're all standing like...
And we knew of a place that was, what, like a 2-minute walk?
yeah.
Maybe not even that, like a 1-minute walk.
Yeah.
But anyway, that had way more room. So that's where we moved everything. And I saw people online actually bitching about the fact that we moved it. It's like...
Dude, it's a minute away.
Yeah.
We found... The place we had was inadequate, so we couldn't do it there.
Right.
Yeah, the place in London.
I don't
was
understand
huge.
how it was a problem, though. It was so close.
Right.
It was practically the same place.
People like to bitch about everything.
Like I was saying, in London, the fucking place, the World's End place, was a fucking massive fucking bar.
That's the reason I chose that place.
Yes, that was no problem. But if we went there and it would have been small, it's like.
But in that part of Amsterdam, everything's really small.
Oh, yeah.
In the center of it, and as you get out further, the places start to get bigger.
It's a very different atmosphere for the two meetups too. Like the London people were just like, let's drink and fucking party, and I'm like, yeah, sweet.
That was fun.
And then the Dutch people are more like, let us discuss philosophy. I'm like, oh man, I'm not in the mindset for this. I was expecting something different.
Yeah.
There's this one dude that was sitting next to me. He's like, yeah, I'm going to see Bill Maher later, and I'm like super high, so I'm like still struggling to get like my fucking head together so I can actually like talk to these people about like all this lofty ideological shit they want to discuss with me. And the guy's like, you know, I'm going to go see Bill Maher. At least he knows how to perform when he's high. I'm like, motherfucker, fuck you.
Someone said that.
Yeah,
to
I'm
you?
like, go eat a fucking giant piece of shit, you giant piece of shit.
I can't believe someone said that.
They're very rude, the Dutch, you know.
I don't think it's rude.
Oh my god, there was this little Asian girl. I'm sitting at a table full of Dutch people and this like, I don't know, some sort of Asian chick. I don't know what country. Sorry.
Cambodian, I think.
Cambodian, yeah. And she's like, you know, the Dutch are very greedy. I'm like, looking this way now.
Yeah.
And then, you know, she starts like fighting with some Dutch people about like local politics and shit.
You ended up appreciating the bluntness, though.
Yeah, it's pretty refreshing after a while because, you know, Americans are so full of shit with their like, oh, have a good day and pleasant.
Right. I like the whole. Can I have a space cake? Yes, you can. And then
Then I just stand there for a minute like.
Yeah. We went into a place to buy like basically a hash brownie.
Yeah.
TJ says, "Can I have one?" And the guy there's like, "Yes, you can." And they just stood there and stared at each other. And then I'm like, "Tell him you want one."
I'm like, oh, I thought I did already.
No, you asked if you could have one.
Yeah, but you know, in America, it means like, give me a fucking space cake, bitch. But you actually have to say that there. You probably shouldn't say bitch.
Dude,
but
and remember when we ended up at the
Give
end
me
of the
a space
meetup
cake.
at Burger King with
There's
rats in it?
mice.
Or mice.
I wish mice were the least annoying thing there, but there was that guy there.
That
Oh,
guy. Yeah, I forgot about that.
That guy was so annoying.
There was a dude that was just randomly.
He's like, "Oh my god, the amazing
I want
idea!"
to suck your penis.
I knew I would meet you someday. I knew. It's like, okay. He's like, and then he starts like talking his weird religious shit.
He was like G-Man almost.
Yeah, he was like a more Muslim-y flavored G-Man.
Basically.
In Amsterdam that was just randomly in the Burger King that we went to, all by him fucking self. He even shot a video with me. It's probably floating around on YouTube
I've seen
somewhere.
I've seen it.
It was pretty weird.
Yeah.
But he hugged me too. He was very happy to see me.
Yeah, he was extremely happy.
He hugged me when we met, and he hugged me when we parted. So he didn't seem like he was too bad. Even
And then
he was a lunatic.
And then TJ's like, "I want cigarettes."
I did want cigarettes.
So we go on this impossibly long walk
Yeah, we did. We fucking journeyed to the ends of the earth for cigarettes.
but
But
for
I did
TJ.
get them. I did get them.
And then he spilled them everywhere.
I did. Because you know what? Every pack of cigarettes I've ever bought in my life, they have these little foldy things on top that you just pull on out. I pull them out anyway. They're made to come out. But this was like a real traditional pack where it literally goes all the way around the cigarettes. So of course I end up pulling all the cigarettes out.
You're an idiot, TJ.
How am I an idiot?
So are you fucking telling me we went all the way to that fucking goddamn central?
Well, no, I mean I
station?
just picked them up and put them back in the box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Or other people did because I was too fucking high and drunk by that time to fucking have the motor skills to do so.
Yeah.
But it was fun, and they were bad cigarettes because they weren't my brand. But
And then the next day, we just fucking tried to smoke as much weed as we could. Well,
Yeah.
throughout the next few days, because we had a lot left. Like, even Scotty got free weed with his hotel room.
yeah, they gave him a little nug.
Yeah.
I think someone just left that there or something.
Really?
Yeah.
No, it said Monica said that it said on the little brochure that they were giving it to you for free.
No, I don't know if that's true.
That's what she said.
Ah, well.
So you're calling your girlfriend a liar.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't say that. Trying to twist my,
You sure did, buddy.
trying to twist my
You
words.
sure
dude.
just did.
Trying to twist my
Oh,
words.
we ate inside of a giant floating Chinese restaurant.
Oh yeah, it was on the water, and I remember Ben asked the guy like, "Where's the bathroom?" And the dude just points to like the fucking lake or ocean or whatever the fuck it
Yeah.
was. She's like, "Man,
Yeah.
you pissed there."
That is awesome, though, how in Amsterdam they have, like, the public toilets outside.
Yeah, but just for men.
It's true.
Patriarchy strikes
yeah.
again.
It's basically you go into, like, this cage. It's like a metal aluminum thing that you go into.
So convenient.
You go in a cage and piss in a hole.
It's on like a concrete or like a stone slab,
Yeah.
basically, and then it runs down into a
I never had any occasion to use one, but
yeah.
It was fucking free too.
And then there was the day me and TJ got drunk as fuck.
yeah, we did.
We got like really fucking drunk, and that's when me and TJ are like, we should just move here.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember
That's
that.
that's also when the homeless thing conversation started too.
Yeah. Go figure.
Because we were like drunk and high.
We were drunk and high, and we were like full of all like this Amsterdam energy and shit.
Yeah, we were like, yeah,
Like we can accomplish anything.
yeah, yeah, and we tried to eat this seafood restaurant, but I got sick. Like,
oh yeah.
yeah,
And
so
you never got to have croquettes, you know.
nope.
And,
And
they
then
were
I
fucking delicious.
And then I left.
Yeah, they're good.
I left. They ate. I went back and fell asleep. And then I think we had one more day after that. I don't.
we smoked a
It's
bunch
hard
of
to
weed.
remember.
I remember even as much as we were smoking, I still had all these little baggies that had a bunch of shit left in them.
Yep.
So I couldn't bring them on the train. So I just like put them on like a mailbox and like someone's day will be made.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So next we went to France, and we'll talk about that on the next episode here.
France.
Let's get into the videos.
Vidges. Fucking play them motherfuckers, bitch.
Fuck you, TJ.
Fuck you, Scotty.
I said it first.
Well, fuck you
I invented
twice.
it, bitch.
I've got a surprise for you, TJ.
Sweet.
Yes, finally. Jesus time. I believe. You believe, TJ? Fucking Jesus, bitch.
Don't you fuck with Jesus.
Yeah. So we'll skip this.
Skip it. Skip it. Skip it.
God, dude.
Now, Don King's disclaimer. Nope.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is
Look at he's blue like a manatee.
He's in the manatee position and everything.
I know, what the fuck?
He's rolling with
Red
the
King,
manatee.
put on a fucking shirt.
Remember how you used to be the stallion? Now you can be the manatee.
Brett Keane from God TV Radio, and today we're going to talk about the Holocaust.
Oh
we're
my
going
God.
to talk about
Why
people
would you
who
even
did
do this, Brett Keane?
Just no.
You're gonna butcher this so fucking bad.
You don't have the talent. or
Let's
ability
talk
to
about
be
the
doing
Holocaust. It's like, Brett Keane, talk about something else.
Why don't you talk about a fucking pastrami sandwich or something?
Yeah, something you actually
something
understand.
yeah, something you have an actual expertise in. You know?
deny that 6 million to 10 million Jews were destroyed by Adolf Hitler.
It's almost like
They
his
were
mouth.
destroyed.
Only his mouth moves. The rest of his face stays perfectly still. Is he like? Is he the illegitimate son of Wilford Brimley or something like that? To have diabetes.
I've got the diabetes.
And his fucking eyebrows are furrowed like this.
Like he's a fucking supervillain or something.
Hitler and his Nazi regime. We're also going to talk about atheist Stalin, Joseph Stalin, who killed over, it's estimated to about 62 million individuals lost their life. And amongst those individuals were many Christians and the destruction of the church.
Individuals.
Among them individuals, there were Christians.
And let me guess, Stalin and Hitler both did it in the name of atheism.
You know, and this is like shit that old Brett Keane refuted in his videos all the time. So, I mean, like, is he so stupid that he forgot his own counter-arguments against these very ignorant positions that
He
he's
must
about to
have.
take?
He must have forgotten his
That's always
fight
what
before
puzzles
then.
me. Is it's like, does he just have like a blank spot in his memory? Like, oh, I never said that. I never thought that. It's like, you know the arguments against what you're saying, and yet you're not going to refute them at any point in this video. You're just going to make the same arguments that you yourself have refuted in the past when other people have made them.
Church priests brought to their knees under the regime of Stalin.
Stalin.
Adolf Hitler was not only a murderer
Stalin,
and a
the
killer,
stallion.
Oh shit!
There's
Stalin
a
for Stalin.
and a
Stallion for
empathetic
Stalin.
piece of garbage, trash. But he was also
You're nothing,
someone
Stalin,
who was a
you're
liar,
garbage.
someone who propagated propaganda in order to
He propagated
propaganda like a propagandist.
He procreated propaganda.
Propagated, not procreated.
No, I know. I'm just making fun of Brett Keane.
Garbage, Scotty.
He
wonder what he said.
propagandized propagation.
He prophesized. He proselytized. And then
able
he
to
popularized.
Popularized.
win wars and cause destruction and
It's like
fear
a
in
V
his
for
enemies.
Vendetta speech.
He realized that Christianity
P for
was a very
pathetic.
powerful authority, and there are many quotes out there where he actually establishes that he kills and destroys in the name of God. He actually mentions Jesus Christ and states during public speeches that he is in fact given power and authority by God
By
to
God.
destroy Jews, and that Nazis should have hatred towards the Jews for the killing of Jesus Christ. Ironically enough, which atheists don't like to point out, is Jesus Christ himself was a Jew.
Why don't we like to point that out?
I don't care. Why would any atheist
What?
care?
I think that's a fact, actually.
Yeah, it's like I've never heard one atheist object to Jesus being described as a Jew.
A lot of atheists object to Jesus actually of having existed, but I've never heard them, at least in mythology, say
Right.
Yeah,
he
like,
wasn't a Jew. John the Baptist didn't baptize him either. It's
everyone
like, you
knows
know, what do we
Jesus was
fucking
a
care?
Scientologist.
What the fuck do we care? It's like, as far as your book of fairy tales is concerned, sure, that's what happens in the book. I don't understand why any atheist would dispute that.
He's a filthy goddamn Jew.
So it doesn't make sense to destroy the chosen people of Jesus Christ, who Jesus Christ, his father of the Old Testament, had appointed as the
Okay,
chosen
that is
people.
just a theological difference between you and Hitler, is all that is. It doesn't mean that he wasn't theologically motivated, at least partially, or using the faith of the people in order to, you know, harness them and make them fucking perform whatever this desperate act to save their country, where we're gonna kill the Jews and the gypsies and the faggots and anybody who dissents and all this other shit. It was still done in Christ's name, whether you fucking agree with Hitler's theology or not, you fat tub of shit.
Of Israel and of all mankind. What if I were to tell you that it's well established that behind the scenes many people have written books about Adolf Hitler, and people who actually spoke to Adolf Hitler realized that he was in fact a non-believer. But
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Come on, Brad Keane.
You can
Many
find-
books have been written.
You can find books that say Hitler was like an occultist.
You
that
can
he
find
was a
those about
Roman
Jesus,
Catholic.
too.
You can find books
You
about
could probably-
ancient aliens.
You could probably find a few books that say Hitler was fucking gay. There might even be a book somewhere that says Hitler was transgender. It's fucking Hitler. Tons of people have speculated all kinds of shit about him.
out in the public in order to gain support from Christians, in order to gain authority as well as power.
How
and
is that any
funding
better?
and money, he would sit there and
Even
speak
Hitler
as though he
himself
was
is
in
like this
support
fucking
or
That
staunch
makes Christianity look worse.
I know, like
That makes it look terrible.
Right. Even if Hitler is this fucking atheist who's just playing people, it still fucking speaks to the ignorance of the faithful that they were so easily misled by this obvious charlatan who, by your own fucking words, was trying to kill Jesus's and God's chosen people to fucking begin with.
Of course, he didn't have problems whatsoever having Nazis bomb churches along with Stalin, Mussolini, as well as many other individuals.
Hold on, what?
What does that mean?
Hold on, Stalin was not in league with Mussolini or Hitler. Stalin was in league with the United States and Britain.
Yeah, the Allied forces, and unless you're talking about the very beginning of World War II.
Yeah, there was like a brief. I don't know if it was an alliance, but it was like
It
a
was-
peace treaty.
It was a
or whatever.
pact.
It was a pact that was that Hitler went against.
Yeah, because basically the Soviet Union was supplying him with oil.
Yeah.
That were enforcing this particular condemnation and destruction on all mankind. Hitler may in public have claimed to be doing the will of God, but records of his private conversations show otherwise. Many of these were recorded by his secretary and published in a book called Hitler's Table Talk. Adolf Hitler, London, Wadenfield and Nicholson, 1953. I have lifted the text of those from the Social Religion Christian News Group. And here's what his quotes were.
Okay.
On the night of the 12th July 1941, he stated, "National Socialism and religion cannot exist together. The heaviest blow that ever struck humanity was the coming of Christianity."
Okay.
I don't know.
Where's the verification that Hitler actually wrote this?
Or said it. I mean, you know, maybe he did, maybe he didn't, but I mean, this is like a fucking politician for one thing. So, what does it matter? His personal beliefs are really not even the issue, because we're never going to know what those were. He's always going to be talking out of one side of his mouth for one crowd and one side for the other. The fucking point is that he used religion to stir the masses into a fervor. He used it to support his agenda, and the Christians of Germany did not question it. They just said, you know what, we approve of Hitler, he's a good, godly leader, and he's leading us down the fucking right path.
Christianity's illegitimate child, both are inventions of the Jew. The deliberate lie in the matter of religion was introduced to the world of Christianity. Let it not be said that Christianity brought man the life of the soul, for the evolution was in the natural order of things. That's page 6 and 7 of Table Talk of Adolf Hitler.
Table talk.
Okay.
Up close and personal with
So we're just
Adolf
supposed
Hitler.
to basically supposed to believe this based on some book that why would the secretary not want to sell it to begin with? Because I mean, she probably stood to gain financially. So how reliable of a source is that? Unless you can actually show independently verified like tapes that they actually said these things. Which he could have said that, but you already even addressed that. Even if he did say it, I mean, let's look at the reality of the situation. These people, like, what was 30% of the population voted for Hitler's party, you know, the National Socialist Party.
Yeah, but when he was actually in power, like 90-something% approval rate.
Yeah, because he basically was going to give the German people breathing room. Like, oh, Poland, you know, we need that, so we have breathing room, and, you know.
Breathing room.
You
You just have to conquer a
land
few
for the
neighboring
German
countries,
people.
and then we'll be good.
And we saw how that played out.
Over 100 million people, and that's if you were to add up Adolf Hitler's victims as well as Joseph Stalin as well as Mussolini and other individuals involved. Over 100 million victims, Christians, Jews, and most likely in the process agnostics and atheists were destroyed as well.
Most
Because
likely.
an atheist doesn't care
How about
if
most
other
definitely?
atheists get
Yeah.
destroyed.
Stupid
It
fuck.
doesn't benefit him none to keep them alive either way. It doesn't really matter because according to a non-believer...
Wait, so you're saying
atheists-
that an atheist who views religion as the biggest threat to his fucking regime and the biggest folly of mankind, it's not in his best interest to keep other atheists and agnostics alive? Even if every atheist is just this cold, calculating, like, lizard-minded creature, it would still be of his benefit to keep ideologically similar fucking people alive. Because they support his fucking agenda, you retard!
No, TJ.
I mean, God! Your bullshit doesn't even make sense within the context of it fucking self!
I like this fucking image of Brett Keaton we have here. Like, he's like looking down. He looks so dejected and defeated, and he's just like...
It's almost like he's having a moment of realization, like, I'm full of shit now.
Yeah, I'm so full of shit. Look at me. I'm in a fucking dark room without a shirt on, making a fucking YouTube show.
God TV Radio.
This is a ministry.
God TV Radio.
How many ministries are there where you get to fucking stare at a jiggly set of man tits? Other than the Amazing Atheist Ministry, not many.
Yeah?
Before we move on here, I thought maybe we should talk about Patreon stuff.
Patreon stuff.
Yeah, so the private show is happening when, Scotty?
20th. 20th.
I can't see the calendar.
20th.
The 20th?
The 20th.
What time?
I don't know.
We have our shit together. I can't see the calendar because it's behind me.
Stand up and look at it,
Yeah.
bitch.
What the fuck do I have to stand up?
Because you're nearest.
We're more laid down.
Yeah, we're more laid down, Scotty. 6. 20th at 6.
6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Eastern Deadlight Time.
Then we're doing the movie or game tomorrow. So.
Yeah, so tomorrow, everyone, what is that, for $10 patrons? Yeah, $10 patrons, later tomorrow night, be on the lookout. We will send you what you need to see the...
or a little commentary.
Yeah, the commentary.
Not sure what we're commenting on yet.
We'll figure it out.
Maybe a few different things.
Yeah.
We have some old He-Man episodes, so that's likely to be in the mix.
Yep.
G-Man.
And the Masters of Stupidity.
And then all the $100 patrons out there, I'll be in contact with you soon so that we can get you on the show. Also, the Hangout. Did we decide the Hangout?
Yeah, let me see.
Oh my God.
Pieces of shit.
Hangout.
Oh, on the same day as the private show.
So that's a private show earlier in the day.
Earlier in the day.
Probably like 4.
So 2 hours prior to...
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll do that.
So both of those happening on the 20th.
And then tonight, rather than doing a post show, we're going to go ahead and go over to our Rage Feed channel and do some live game streaming.
Stream.
There's a link below in the description for this video if you would care to come and watch afterwards.
Patreon.com and also Rage Feed, the YouTube channel.
Yes.
A YouTube gaming channel because they're not greedy enough.
Because they're not greedy enough and there's not enough gaming channels on YouTube.
Fucking losers.
They need a vacation from vacation.
Give them another vacation. You mean you guys aren't going on vacation already? It's already been 2 episodes.
You know what's funny about the last episode is, I think I mentioned this.
G-Time Johnny.
Yeah. The G-Time Johnny segment, there was like people in our audience that were like, actually, G-Time Johnny makes perfect sense if you just think about what he's saying. It's like we were all there, and I think we're all reasonably intelligent people here, and we put our heads to it, and we could not make heads or tails of it. There was a few things that made sense on their own, but like a coherent bigger picture, no, I don't think so.
Just simply prove the Drunken Peasants podcast is aptly named because they are drunken idiots and peasants who know nothing.
Exactly.
They do not understand the complex and totally coherent philosophy.
I did not expect the Drunken Peasants to understand anything. Anything ever. Except smoking weed to try to make money off their fans.
Patreon. Over there.
By the way,
Patreon.com/DP. Give us your fucking money, and we'll give you shit.
Maybe.
Do you shop on Amazon.com? Of fucking course you do. You're a human being like anyone else, and you live in the 21st fucking century. So yeah, you're shopping on Amazon.com. But here's a question you need to ask yourself. Why aren't the Drunken Peasants getting a fucking share of that money that I spend on Amazon? Well, we could be. All you have to do is use the Amazon affiliate links provided below in every episode of the Drunken Peasants. Well, at least all the recent ones and all the upcoming ones. Check it out. If you're going to be buying something on Amazon anyway, why not support one of your favorite podcasts? In fact, your favorite podcast overall, let's be honest. Why not support your favorite podcast in the process? If you're going to buy something on Amazon, use the Drunken Peasants Amazon affiliate links so that we can get some of your money. Not just Amazon.
Yeah, I thought we'd play that since you mentioned.
Money is good.
Yeah.
Give it to us.
Give TJ all your money so that he may buy cheese.
We make show. You give us dough. Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, that's terrible.
Doesn't matter.
All right, so
Still better than a G-Man
moving
rap.
on with the videos. Here's a video from Shani. Shani is me.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
You're going to crank the insanity dial up to 10.
Yep, here we go.
I think one of the greatest lines ever in Star Trek. In an all movie.
One of the greatest lines ever is Star Trek.
That is a great line.
Is she on
Star Trek?
I would say she's addicted to meth, but she's fat. She's like
Star Trek.
It's like rubbing the skin off of her fucking neck, like, ugh. And she sounded like she was like struggling to breathe. She like, gotta make a heart giving me out, giving out of me again.
Star Trek.
And in all TV shows is humanity and humans are a savage child race who don't want to grow up. All they want to do is fight and bicker and mock and scorn, and they like the drama, they like the pain, they like seeing people cry, they laugh at people crying.
That sounds like a
They laugh at
paraphrase
people
to me.
getting mad. They think it's funny. They think it's funny getting on people's nerves.
Is this all still a
You
Star
know,
Trek
a lot of
quote?
people wonder, why have you given up on humanity? Those are the reasons.
Okay.
The fact that
mean,
you don't
we
want to think
broadcast
for
your videos to most
yourselves,
of
you want to let
humanity.
everyone
We don't
else
see why
think
people
for
have given up
you
on
and
the
make
world.
up all the rules and do everything for you. You don't want to achieve the best for anything. You want to achieve the best for you. You don't want to achieve the best for others. You don't want to help others out. Instead, you want to use people. Let's see how much money they can give me. Let's see how much they can do for me. And that's what the human race.
This is like so thinly veiled to her personal life now at this point. It's just
It's like a lot of people are a bunch of
You think.
backstabbing users that betray you at every turn.
And it's like, okay, what did someone do to you recently that's making you make this video?
Race is like, let's be honest here. Let's drop our pride and get a little humble and use a little humility here and realize
the
that
opposite of that. So
I cast judgment on all of humanity, but I am humble.
I am humble in my heart.
we are complete and utter mess ups. Even I speak for myself as well as others.
Oh, yeah, you do.
Oh, you're so humble.
I'm a horrible human being like you and me.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm a horrible human being.
Like you and me. What?
I'm a horrible human being like me.
Yeah, that's what she just said, basically.
I'm a horrible human being like me, myself, and I. Why are you dragging me into this?
Dude, it's so fake. It's like it's like such a added fucking thing. I know I suck and stuff too. It's like you don't believe that. That's so apparent.
No. That's like lip service to like,
Oh, I'm garbage as well, guys.
So now I can criticize everyone else.
That didn't make sense, you and me. You can go soundtrap. I'd be like, Shannon is stupid. She doesn't know how to speak. See, that's exactly what I'm talking
It's
about.
true,
Is that
though.
type of hatred, big.
But it's true.
Yeah, it's true. You really did fuck up. If I fucked up and said some shit like that, people would be jumping on my shit.
She literally just fucked up the line before that. It's like, you can't speak properly. It's like, but it's true. I mean, it's not like she just flubbed one thing. You can see she's like exerting like maximum mental effort to even like do this video, create this video.
Bigotry, judgmental attitude that I can.
Aren't you making? You're like passing judgment on everyone in this video.
What?
This is literally a video about how people suck, and you're like, they're too judgmental. It's like, what do you think you are, you dumb fuck?
Completely, have stepped away from, because I don't want that no more in my life. I don't want that meanness, that scorning that everyone seems to think is funny and the in thing to do.
It is
the
in.
fact that you listen to
That's why the Drunken
scientists
Peasants
over
is
and
the hottest, most in podcast of all time. Because we make fun of people. Like Ben. Fuck you, Ben. You're garbage. Scotty. Hey, Scotty. Hey, Scotty. It'll be funny if you actually respond. Hey, Scotty. I got one for this, Scotty. Come
about
on.
how science works while
Feed
not
me
doing
more.
any
Come
of
on.
the
TJ,
experiments
fuck you,
yourself
TJ.
to
Hey,
see if
Scotty.
it works. You'd rather
Star
take the
Trek,
intellectual
man.
lazy part and read an article
you
and
I'm not responding to that
then
anymore,
pretend
TJ.
that you're some kind of Einstein. While the religious, they'd rather
Don't
judge
take Einstein
everyone
and
that
take
comes
your ass
along
down.
over the littlest of things. Say, you're not a Christian, you're not a Christian, or you're not a Muslim, you're not a Muslim, you're not Buddhist.
What?
I don't know. I've lost the thread.
What happened?
We're
You know,
lost
like,
now.
This is just going to crazy.
I was putting
land
out.
now.
I was putting down a trail of breadcrumbs, but then the crazy birds ate them.
Then you find yourself in the middle of a field, and
Now
just
I'm
like,
I'm
what?
lost in Wonderland, but
Yeah.
instead of being whimsical and charming, it's horrible and filled with demons.
Sounds
So
awesome.
you want to move on?
I don't. We can watch more.
Yeah, we can watch more, but
I think there's a little bit more juice in this lemon.
All right.
You can't be Buddhist, you eat meat. Stuff like that.
Okay.
The fact that we're all pitiful humans who have nothing but empty knowledge,
Empty knowledge.
which is vain.
Vain knowledge.
I mean, seriously, what is knowing about the galaxy really gonna do for us?
I'm done now.
What is knowing about the galaxy
Empty
really going
knowledge.
to do for us?
what is understanding the universe really gonna do for anyone?
She said the galaxy.
The galaxy.
the galaxy.
Not even fucking with the universe. Just
the
this galaxy.
I don't understand this galaxy.
The galaxy. She didn't even specify.
Why?
It was this.
Why come do peoples want to know about the galaxy for? Don't hurt you nothing.
Why the hell you need math? You can build a house just by looking at it.
Out of popsicle sticks and Elmer's glue.
Elmer's glue.
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 Glue
Getting a
disappeared.
clue. I'm getting a clue.
Oh my god. Somebody needs to turn this bitch into glue. What's next?
Let's see.
Truthocracy?
Hello,
Hologram
everyone.
moon?
This is Trutheracy.
Oh,
I'm making a
God.
video because I get a lot of questions and comments about the
Please tell me this is a
lunar
parody.
hologram conspiracy. And I will also address the flat Earth conspiracy.
Okay.
You know, I don't even know if I can deal with this right now.
No. I think this might be fake. This seems like too ridiculous.
I don't
even
think it
for
is.
this.
I watched it earlier.
You did?
Yeah.
Fuck this.
But I want to play you guys a video. It's a video of a punishment a dad had for his son when he had bad grades. And I want to know, there's a lot of people going, yeah, you did the right thing.
I'm assuming it's one of those punishments where it's like the people are divided about whether it's like good or not.
Right. I mean, like, maybe a punishment was warranted, but...
You think it's extreme or something?
Yeah, I mean, and it's not even that bad, but it's still like, it seems like a waste to me.
Okay, let's take a look.
I'll say that much.
Sure.
It's not my fault.
Let's go.
It's not my fault that I didn't get him.
Let's go.
It's not my fault that I didn't get him though.
Let's go. You've had 3 weeks, Jason. Let's go.
It's not my fault. My
Too
teacher
bad.
doesn't want to give it to
Let's
me.
go.
It's not my fault.
Now.
So those are his gaming consoles sitting there in the yard, and here he comes with a sledgehammer.
So he has to destroy his gaming console?
Yeah, with a sledgehammer. One of them's an Xbox One.
Oh my god, this is so stupid.
How much do those cost?
Money.
Like, what was it? I think I paid like $400 for mine or
Okay,
something.
so it's like...
Plus tax.
Okay.
Why not just sell them to somebody else to punish
or
your kid?
Here's like an even better idea. Why don't you just take them away and put them somewhere until his grades improve if you're really that fucking concerned? Like, why would you have... Like, you're not even teaching him, like, get good grades. You're basically just telling him, like, destroying your own property is like a good thing. Don't take care of your shit. Just destroy it, because it doesn't really fucking matter anyway.
Yeah, if you fuck up, we destroy the things you love.
Like, give it... Even if you're gonna get rid of them, give them to, like, some orphans or some shit. Who cheered this?
There were people that was
anyone who fucking was like, "This is good," should be fucking stabbed in the head.
He did the right thing.
No, he's an imbecile.
No, he's a moron.
This guy's a fucking retard. If I saw this guy in the street, I'd want to chop his nuts off so he can't have any more fucking kids.
Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go.
I think I saw one where like
this isn't even a punishment for grades. This is just like some sadistic fantasy.
I saw one where this dad who was like a total like redneck or whatever cowboy kind of guy.
I'm a cowboy.
And I guess his daughter was like talking bullshit about him on the internet on like Facebook. So he took his gun and shot the laptop with a gun.
I remember that.
And people were kind of having the same reaction.
Yeah, show that little uppity bitch.
It's like, you probably bought the fucking laptop. Why not like
take it away
or sell it to somebody and get money back? Why blow a hole through it?
Or here's an even better idea. Why not just let your fucking kid vent about what a fucking asshole you are?
Yeah,
because you obviously are one.
If anything, he proved that to be true.
Yeah, like all you did was prove her fucking point.
Say bad shit about me, I shoot your laptop. Woohoo!
These idiot parents is why this country is so fucked.
I think idiot people in general. That's why this country is fucked.
Yeah, I'm sure your kid's still gonna love you when he's older.
Yeah, he's learning a lesson by destroying his property.
Next one.
You want to pull your dad's plug? It's like, fuck yeah, I do.
Let's go, next one.
Be rotten hell, fucker.
Yeah,
that's for my Xbox One,
This dude just
bitch.
wants a fucking pat on the back. He's fucking filming this shit, too. It's like, even one thing if he was
I'm gonna show all my dumbass redneck friend what a good dad I am.
yeah, you fuck around in school, it's what happens to your Xbox.
Scare him straight.
Let's go.
I was like, no. Oh, kids.
Excuse you? Pick up the fucking sledgehammer and smash it.
But it's not my fault.
Now.
It's not my fault.
Okay.
Okay.
It's my teacher's fault.
Let's go.
Oh, you see, that's his favorite one. It's fucked up, man.
So he likes the 360 better than the Xbox One?
He might have more games for it.
Probably has more games. Smash it.
Let's go, Jason.
I can't.
Do it. Do it or I do it.
Do it.
Do it.
Do it or I'm gonna do it.
Do it, you little
Yeah, you
fucking
can.
bitch.
Yep, you're gonna do it right now.
Smash its power
Smash
over
your
you.
fucking game. Smash the fucking game, kid.
You got a B+. You gotta smash it.
So, anything else you want to say about it?
This guy's an asshole.
Yeah, this dude's a total douchebag.
That's what I thought.
He's a fucking cocksucker. I hope his kid runs away and joins like
The circus.
or
Yeah,
something.
the circus. Circus.
Becomes a lion tamer.
This next one is a video for Creation Today that Eric Hovind made, and they talk about TJ in it.
Neat.
So I wanted to get to that part.
They love
Just
me.
gotta find it.
They love me.
This guy's a D-bag. The amazing who?
This here's the amazing cretinous.
Okay, I think this is it.
Today's apology or defense deals with context. Is context a reasonable explanation for many of the so-called contradictions in the Bible?
So-called
Our clip today
contradictions.
comes from the person I call the Red Atheist. When you see him,
atheist.
The Red Atheist, TJ.
I don't know why I didn't think of that.
The Red
The
Atheist.
Red Atheist.
It was Red TJ.
The Red Atheist.
you'll know why I call him that. Now, we haven't doctored
'Cause
the
he's a
footage at
communist.
all, but the clip makes an argument about a contradiction regarding divorce in the Old Testament and divorce in the New Testament.
Okay.
The Red Atheist selects a passage from Deuteronomy
Why don't you just
about
use my
divorce,
actual name?
and then a passage in Luke about divorce.
Mhm.
And both passages handle the situation differently.
Yeah.
Now, as we watch this clip, he's giving the way Christians explain what he thinks is the smoking gun.
Okay.
Let's take a look.
Let's take a look.
Now, how does a Christian who believes that the Bible is the unerring word of God reconcile?
We have not altered this footage in any way. This is how he chose to present himself.
He is retarded. Thank you.
The people watching right now can't see it, but they did credit him, Amazing Atheist, down at the bottom of the screen.
Sweet.
But I don't know why.
The guy's like, I call him the Red Atheist.
Two completely contradictory verses. Well, let's count the ways. One, they just ignore them. Two, they claim mistranslation. Three, they claim they're being taken out of context or misinterpreted, whatever that means.
So let's talk about this. He dismisses context as a legitimate explanation for contradictions. But the passage he is talking about, he doesn't understand.
Yeah.
In the
You don't understand.
I don't understand.
Yeah, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, context is fine, but what I'm saying is that Christians constantly use like this ridiculous sort of sophistry of like, oh well, you have to understand the context of these times. Like they pour so much effort into making the context make
these were ancient
two
times.
obviously disparate verses make sense together. It's like, well, in this they were in this place, so they meant that, but then in this one they were over here, which had this custom, so they had to say this to change that in order for this not to contradict that. So actually, the contradiction is the similarity. If they were the same, it would be a contradiction, but the fact that they're different actually proves that it's one's author and it's the same.
When people like that talk, you want to hear like the gong show, like, bro, it's like, no, sorry, you need to go now.
You see, there's man time, and then there's earth time.
TJ, you're just ignorant, and
I'm ignorant.
You're a word slave.
I'm an ignorant fuck.
That's ignorant.
You're so ignorant.
Stop being ignorant, Blanket. You're being ignorant.
Oh, yo. Fuck it. Fuck it. Let's hear what he has to say.
of the Bible. He sees a contradiction only because he doesn't understand different context and the changes in the Old and New Testament.
Right.
There are several categories of context that are helpful to understand.
Categories of context.
Tone. Like sarcasm. For example, if I said,
so there's parts of, so wait, hold on. You're saying there's sarcasm in the Bible.
Yeah.
Like, Jesus rose from the dead.
Right. Oh, God, guys.
You thought you thought we were being fucking serious? Didn't you see the little J/K at the end?
Yeah, ...
And then the winky smiley face.
Yeah, like, wink.
What I'm really saying, wrong.
Right.
That's sarcasm. Sarcasm has to be understood in context.
Right, audience.
If you're talking to a child, you might tell them you should always get parents' permission. But when that child becomes an adult, do they still need their parents' permission? The always get your parents' permission should be understood in the context of the audience.
Okay.
You are talking to a child.
Location. I told you location.
Context should be understood by the location or the conditions the audience is experiencing. Let's say we're in the freezing cold north, and I say the most important thing you need when you go outside is your coat. Well, I'm saying that because of the outside conditions. If you took
Is he really sitting here explaining context?
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, is there anyone on Earth who doesn't fucking get context? Like, you're the one who's taking my video out of context and taking shit way too literally. It's clearly not what I meant. I clearly didn't mean that, like, there's never contextual reasons why things would be disparate. You know damn well I was talking about the fact that you motherfuckers tap dance around and come up with these ridiculous fucking stretches of the imagination to make this shit make sense when it so fucking very clearly does not.
Statement and said it to Floridians in the middle of the summer, we would think you're crazy. That statement becomes untrue when it's taken out of the location of the context.
Sure.
Another thing would be
a partial
statement.
Everything
Let's
is
say
a
you came to
partial
hear me this
statement.
July at the Answers in Genesis mega conference, and I say, if Jesus Christ did not rise from the dead, then the Bible is a worthless book. Well, you could leave my session saying, Eric Hovind said the Bible is a worthless book. Well, yes, I said those words, but you took them out of their context by only using a partial statement. So back to what our red atheist says. He's
let's get to this fucking actual matter.
Pulling an Old Testament command and trying to compare it to the New Testament. He doesn't understand that the Old Testament is a covenant of law given by God specifically to his chosen people, the Jews. The purpose of the Old Testament was ultimately to reveal man's inability to keep the law. The New Testament, or New Covenant, was initiated by Jesus' death on the cross for our sins. According to the book of Hebrews, Jesus and the New Testament covenant is the better way. The key is understanding.
So that's some circular logic. The book says it's better, so it's better.
Here's why this is bullshit, even in the context of what you're saying, because Jesus also said explicitly he had not come to replace the laws of Moses. He had not come to replace the laws of Old Testament, only to add to them. So the fact that there's a contradiction about how divorce should be handled between those two books, you can't just say, oh, well, that book was for the Jews and it doesn't really matter. Then why are you still reading it? Why did Jesus himself say, keep these fucking laws? So you can't just play that fucking card, you stupid bitch.
Not to mention, there's so many contradictions in the Bible. It's not like there's contradictions in the same. There's contradictions in the New Testament that contradicts itself.
Right. There's plenty of contradictions you find within New Testament verses.
Yes, I mean, that argument holds no fucking
water. You can
water.
find contradictions within the same books of the Bible. There's contradictions of Genesis within Genesis.
So I don't get this argument.
It's garbage.
This is just sophistry.
You're nothing.
To the extreme.
You're garbage.
You're nothing, Eric. You're garbage.
You're fucking garbage, Eric. You're fucking
The Bible was written by God through 40 men over 4,000 years of time. So if you don't understand things like audience, conditions, the entire picture, the location, then of course you're going to find problems.
Yeah.
But when you understand the Bible in its true context, these alleged contradictions begin to be understood.
I love how it's always contradictions.
Now, our red atheist goes on to give what he believes Christians' responses are.
Our red atheist.
Our red atheist. The red
to
atheist.
These contradictions.
It's like the red planet.
What he says is somewhere between utterly shocking and hate speech.
Hate speech.
Or, just not talk to you if they're most Christians today. Or they shoot themselves in the face with a double-barrel shotgun. Well, actually, they don't really do that one, but I'm trying to get a trend started.
Oh my God, a joke!
Well, Eric, that was a great explanation of context. So the question is, where is science in the Bible converging?
Remember that thing earlier where you said that you wanted me to understand sarcasm? Isn't that ironic now?
You were being serious, TJ.
Yeah. So serious.
That's so offensive.
Why so serious?
I'm really offended, TJ.
News right now. Nicholas Payson of the Smithsonian Natural History Museum.
Yeah, I mean, we can move on if you'd like.
Yeah, that was my part.
Yeah, I think so.
They're done with me. I'm done with them.
Okay.
Fuck them. Fuck them in the ass.
The red atheist.
Hey, Ben, I sure hope these guys shoot themselves in the face with a shotgun. I truly believe that, Ben.
Not appropriate, TJ. Not appropriate.
I've just written some new law regarding updates to our Jesuit clone scanners, and I'll just go ahead and read you the law, as I just wrote it.
The law of the Jesuits.
I did not know Gail was into legislation at this point.
Yes.
She is, dude.
She is.
I would not want to live in a society. Well, maybe I would.
Yeah.
Lick my
It'd be interesting.
butthole, TJ.
Lick my butthole. Lick my butthole, he said.
She actually is putting out audiobooks, and I think on the next few shows I'm going to play excerpts from some of her more notable pieces that she's put out.
Maybe she'll
over
come
the
on
years.
the show one day.
Oh my God! No, she thinks we're Jesuits.
It doesn't matter.
So.
She's not afraid of some Jesuits.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I'll get her.
Go to GabrielChana.com and click on Conspiracy Law Updates, and then go to number 2, the number 2 law, which is International Criminal Law Space Technology, and then go on down to section 41, Jesuit and Jesuit clone scanners.
Mm-hmm.
For the purpose of this legal document, a Jesuit is defined as one who willingly and knowingly obeys the true Jesuit leader and the Antichrist Zach Knight.
Okay, check.
Yep, definitely. Zach Knight.
Zach Knight, right. Yeah.
Even unto death, and who willingly and knowingly subscribes to Jesuit attitudes and philosophy, which includes their conviction that they have the right to use Nukkake and the murder of millions.
Nukkake.
That's still a thing. That's still going, the Nukkake.
And any and all means to establish the Antichrist Zach Knight as the dictator over all the earth.
Sounds good.
Before the existence of Zach Knight, the Jesuit order was defined as the Jesuits who followed the leadership of the Black Pope, which included the sponsorship and financing of the Nazi regime in World War II, and the activities described so well in this.
Interesting.
She means regime.
Everything
right?
goes back to Nazis, man.
The book, The Secret History of the Jesuits by
It's
Edmund
kind of like
Paris.
how someone whose name is obviously Terrence becomes Terrance.
Terrance Jenkins.
Terrance Jenkins.
What's the other one? Kanyo?
Keanu.
Yeah,
now
Keanu.
regime.
Yeah, regime. This regime is crazy.
Publications. Okay.
It's like a salad
In this
dressing.
law, the Antichrist Zach Knight is defined as the Zach Knight, who Satan resurrected from hell on February 14, 2012, in the middle of a Church of Gale service, and who Jesus Christ calls the Antichrist.
So the Antichrist was born on Valentine's Day at a church of...
At the Church of Gale.
There's a book called Table Conversations with Jesus where he actually says that Zach Knight is the Antichrist. So
That should be Brett Keene's next move. Like
Mary Gale. Brett Keane
Jesus
and Gale
Christ is
together.
defined as the man who is God, who came to earth and died on the cross for mankind around 33 AD, and was resurrected from the dead 3 days later. He's also the Jesus Christ who regularly meets with the real Brent Spiner and has appointed the real Brent Spiner as pastor at Church of Gale.
Right.
Accelerated growth hormone is defined as the hormone or hormones used by the Jesuit order and their supporters to cause a clone baby or any baby to grow into adulthood at an accelerated rate so that the baby can be an adult within days, weeks, or months. Okay? A clone is defined as a baby created with the genes of an authentic person, and my conspiracy law defines that in other sections, created in order to deceive the public and to promote Jesuit goals and to destroy and or replace the authentic person with a person who sympathizes with Jesuit goals.
You know,
okay,
I don't really feel like any of these terms needed to be explained to me. I feel like, you know, just knowing what I already do about the Gale mythology, Jesuit clone, it really wasn't a mystery to me, you know? I like Gale's insanity better than G-Time Johnny's in a way because hers all fits together at least, you know? Like, I understand, like, I can, even though she's crazy, I can get into her little world, see what she's talking about, see the mythology, see how all the pieces fit together. Still lunacy, but it all clicks, you know?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. It's like a really elaborate work of fan fiction.
We've already
We've
determined at the rerun of the Nuremberg war crimes trials that the Jesuit order is guilty of massive war crimes against the human race, including being the instigator and cause of the deaths of billions through the Nazi death camps, concentration camps, wars,
No, that was atheism. That was atheism, Gail.
And other means, and thus all true and willing
Scotty.
and knowing Jesuits deserve
The
the
true
death
numbers
penalty.
have been suppressed by the
A
Jesuits.
Nukaki is defined as a nuclear bomb that contains Jesuit semen, which
What?
They got to sit there a long time to fill that thing, too. Like, oh, God. This has to destroy an entire city. Everyone keep jerking.
can impregnate all women exposed to this semen, and which produces a tidal wave of semen that drowns out its victims and often spreads deadly germs through the infected semen. We will construct a Jesuit scanner that will replace all...
I tell you what, if I ever win the Powerball, I am spending $200 million to make a movie of Gail's vision of the world. And there's going to be a big Nukaki explosion that destroys New York City at the very end, and it's going to be great.
It's funny because you'll spend so much and make like $600 in theaters or something.
No, if I make a movie where a giant cum bomb destroys New York, people will see out of morbid curiosity.
Yeah, but it'd be like NC-17 by then.
No.
Previous Jesuit scanners used against
You're an
Jesuits.
idiot.
This Jesuit scanner will be programmed to detect the presence of accelerated growth hormones in persons. Those persons who have accelerated growth hormones in or on their bodies, which has been used to cause that person to grow from infancy to adulthood at an accelerated rate, and who are also willing and knowing Jesuit supporters, must be arrested as war criminals. To determine who these persons are, we will use a Jesuit scanner which will detect for the presence of accelerated growth hormones in persons. All persons who harbor accelerated growth hormones on or within their bodies will then be scanned again to determine if they are willing and knowing Jesuit supporters using mind and emotion reading technology. All persons who harbor accelerated
Who's going to enforce this law? Like, is she going to, like, present this to the world's leaders, and they're just going to be like, you know, what Gail says goes?
Build the Jesuit scanners.
I mean, she's already got Vladimir Putin's ear, so I guess that's possible.
How she scan everyone? Will they be like sent to like concentration camps where they have to be scanned?
Yeah, I want to know what happens to the scanned. Do they go? Are they like disposed of? They're just like destroyed.
Yeah, like what happens?
Is there going to be a Holocaust under Gail's watch? Is she like the new Hitler?
Growth hormones, and who are also willing and knowing Jesuit supporters, as defined by this document, will be executed at once.
Yep.
By the Jesuit scanner.
Executed.
These are.
So
Gail is basically in favor of just slaughtering anyone she doesn't like that she considers a Jesuit.
Jeep, jeep, you're a Jesuit. You die now.
Yeah, Gail's kind of fucked up, man.
When Gail starts talking about executing people, like knowing that she's legitimately crazy and now she's talking about executions, I think it might be time for someone to intervene.
Are dangerous war criminals who must be executed to preserve freedom of religion and conscience in the world.
You're going to execute people of a certain faith to preserve freedom of religion? How does that make any sense?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all. Well, TJ, they're trying to destroy the world, remember, and the Church of Gail.
Right.
They're
Also,
one being away.
Those persons who just meet the single criteria of being a willing and knowing Jesuit supporter, even if they do not harbor accelerated growth hormones on or in their person, will also be executed by the Jesuit scanner.
Whoa, so we're dead, dude.
Fuck yeah.
The Drunken
We
Peasants
needed
are
to
gone.
update the scanners because Jesuits have flooded the world with dangerous, tricky, and deceptive Jesuit clones who threaten freedom of religion and conscience in the world. These dangerous deceivers must be executed so that true love and freedom may flourish. It matters not whether these
kill people for love.
Yeah, kill them with love.
If we only kill all the Jesuits, love will reign supreme.
Well, obviously.
war criminals have money or fame. Would we keep Adolf Hitler alive just because he was rich or famous? Those who program these Jesuit scanners must not be Jesuits and must all work under the supervision of our nanotechnology research team and those under their authority. Anyone who willingly and knowingly programs these scanners to violate these laws in this Section 41 or the principles of conspiracy law, that's Section 41 of International Criminal Law.
They'll be executed as well.
Yeah, what a shock.
Jesus Christ, like, how much time does she sit down and...
She just sits... She wrote out some huge laws that have, like, all these defined terms in them and everything.
She's very thorough.
Yep.
Yeah, she is.
Will be given the death penalty as a Jesuit conspirator.
Oh, death penalty. Wow.
Gail realizes that in order to use these scanners, we're going to need the cooperation of all conspiracy law honoring nations. Those nations that refuse to enforce these Jesuit scanner laws will be listed as terrorist nations on Vladimir Putin and the Church of Gail website, and at the Gabriel Tana Fox News channel. If after much prayer and after attempts at negotiation have failed, those nations that refuse to honor these laws in this Section 41 of ICLST, space technology, will be treated as terrorist nations. I will have a link for these laws underneath this video. As a terrorist nation will be given a deadline to enforce these laws, and if they fail to meet this deadline, we will take whatever measures are necessary to ensure that we can use these Jesuit scanners in their territory.
World War III.
Yeah, Gail's going hardcore. She's like, execute these people, Any nation that doesn't agree to my laws, we will destroy them with any means necessary.
Wow.
Gail's getting violent, dude.
Yeah, Gail's pretty crazy, man.
And those who willingly and knowingly try to get in our way will be executed.
Of course.
If execution is not advisable due to something like a hostage situation, we will go to prayer before God and ask for wisdom. But by no means will the guilty nations go unpunished.
Yeah, by no means.
The Jesuit order is a
Fuck
spear
them.
in Jesus Christ's side, and he will help us in this matter. If we are stuck, we will form prayer bands at Church of Gail and pray and ask Jesus
That's
for
what Jesus
guidance.
said. If you do not agree with me, you will be executed. I remember that in the Bible all over. That was definitely the message and teachings of Jesus.
Let he who is with guilt cast any stone he wants in any direction he sees fit.
Repeatedly into someone's head. For being a Jesuit.
So that we can restore true love and freedom into this world and defeat the Jesuit cancer. As to complaints that these laws are unjust, which the Jesuits will flood anywhere and everywhere they can.
Well, they are.
If you are not a Jesuit, as defined by...
That's only something a Jesuit would say, Scotty.
Only a Jesuit would say that. Nice
Only
try.
a Jesuit deals in absolutes.
By this document, you have nothing to fear. All good people must agree that those who meet the definition of Jesuit as defined by this document certainly deserve the death penalty.
Sure. Yeah.
So what I claim about the
Kill 'em
Jesuits
all.
is not true, and the Jesuits are a benign organization and not the Jesuit order that I've described in this document. No executions will take place.
Right.
The Jesuits who are executed are not necessarily the Jesuit order of the Roman Catholic Church, but are those who
They're the
willingly and
real
knowingly
Jesuits.
honor the true Jesuit leader, Zach Knight. However, if my definition of the Jesuit order is correct, and the organization
really big
is
F.
as I described them in this
That's a
document, they will
massive
need to
Grand
fear for
Canyon
their
F.
lives because we cannot allow such terrorists to live.
If my crazy ramblings are true, we have much to fear. It's like, but they're not.
Yeah.
Gail wants to kill everybody all of a sudden.
Yeah, Gail's like fucking execute everyone.
Gail's harshing my mellow all of a sudden.
Yeah, Gail's
This is like a dark final chapter to my Gale film.
So if
where
you are
Gale
not
just
a
murders
Jesuit
everyone on
murderer
Earth.
at heart, you can sleep soundly at night.
Okay.
I have prayed much over these laws, that they would be completely just, so that only the truly guilty are punished.
Okay.
And as to those who say that the Bible
I'm
says, thou
convinced.
shalt not kill,
It does.
that means thou shalt not murder.
Right.
The Bible also states that those who are murderers must be executed, and all true Jesuits are murderers at heart.
Okay.
And according to the
At
Bible,
heart.
a murderer must be executed.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Her logic is so deeply flawed, it's just quite astonishing.
Perfectly sound, Scott.
Oh, yeah.
Perfectly
I'm
sound
sure.
logic.
They're murderers in their hearts, therefore their death is, acceptable.
Any random person I don't like, kill them. Because my law, the scanners.
No.
The scanners.
Here's a euphemism. Execute them.
Execute them.
It's not blow their fucking brains out, it's execute them.
Well, they do deserve to die, for they are murderers in their heart.
Yep.
We're going to move on to a news segment now. This is a story about former Speaker of the House, Dennis Hastert.
He's a wonderful guy.
Yeah, he was the longest sitting Republican Speaker of the House in U.S. history. I think he went from Clinton all the way up until the end of the Bush administration, until Nancy Pelosi came into the picture. So he was around for a while.
And now he's been caught fucking dogs.
Country, Dennis Hastert is known as the former Speaker of the House. But in the sleepy town of Yorkville, Illinois, he's still just Denny, or Coach Hastert, the high school teacher and coach turned congressman who became the longest-serving Republican Speaker of the House.
And for those of you that are not familiar with the American government, which includes probably some Americans too, the Speaker of the House is third in line to the presidency. So in the federal government, it's one of the top positions. You're the head guy of the Congress, basically. So, yeah.
Really kind of a classic hometown hero. He grew up here. He taught here. He went on to become one of the most powerful men in the world. So definitely a hero.
Now, Hastert faces charges of lying to the FBI and violating banking laws in what authorities say was a plan to pay $3.5 million to an unnamed person to cover up past misconduct.
Wow. Interesting.
Yep. Past misconduct.
I'm going to cover up my shady shit by doing some shady
I
shit.
know it had nothing to do with sex, though.
Federal
Nothing.
sources tell CNN that a former student alleged Hastert sexually abused him and that Hastert already paid $1.7 million to keep the student
Say it
quiet.
isn't so.
The student went to the high school where Hastert served as a wrestling coach and teacher between 1964 and 1980.
Right now, I have to say I'm just neutral
Well,
and just surprised that this is happening to a man I've known for 45 years.
Gary Matlock was one of Hastert's star wrestlers in the 70s. That's the two of them there.
Never touched my butt. Well, yeah, he did.
Yeah, okay.
I mean, look, it's wrestling. I mean, it's supposed to be gay. Come
They're
on.
not wrestling, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying, like...
Give your coach a hug.
It's all gay.
Give him a hug in the locker room, too.
It's all gay.
hugging when Matlock won the state championship in 1973.
It's an emotional moment,
He
you
says
guys.
Hastert was a
So
great
what if his
mentor.
hand was on his ass?
Did you ever have a moment or ever hear of anyone on the team saying that he was doing something inappropriate with them, that they felt uncomfortable about his actions?
Nothing came across my ears or my eyes that is related to what the allegations have been made against Coach Hastert.
See how careful he's being? Well, it's never come across my ears or my eyes.
never heard it.
But
no.
Knowledge of that sort has never crossed my path in any way. And
my ears or my eyes,
How much
specifically.
My question is, how much they pay this guy?
I did taste some of it, but you know,
I covered my ears and kept my eyes closed the whole time.
If he came up behind him and did something, his eyes wouldn't have perceived it.
At this time.
Court records show the investigation into Hastert started 2 years ago when the FBI began looking into bank withdrawals totaling more than $950,000. Prosecutors say when the FBI asked the former speaker about the large withdrawals, he said he was keeping the cash for himself. The indictment does not discuss sexual abuse.
My legislative home is here on the floor with you, and so is my heart.
Since Hastert's 2007 resignation from his 20-year stint in Congress, Hastert has laid low, joining D.C.-based lobbying firm Dickstein Shapiro as a senior advisor in 2008. The National Review saying he has earned more than $2 million a year as a lobbyist. Hastert.
What a shock.
It's crazy how being a lobbyist is such a lucrative profession.
Huh, yeah, I wonder why.
Yeah, it's funny how he went from being third in line to the president to becoming a lobbyist. I don't know, it's fucking insane.
Has not been seen or heard from since the government announced its case against him. We may see him Thursday when he's set to make his first appearance in federal court in Chicago. Sarah Seidner, CNN, Yorkville, Illinois.
So, how old was the boy that he fucking molested or fucked or whatever he did?
Here's some more on that because there's been an update to the story.
Oh,
since
okay,
then.
sweet.
Yeah.
Thank you. And after the shocking revelations in the indictment, another accusation against former House Speaker Dennis Hastert, alleged abuse of 4 decades ago.
He damaged Steve, I think more than any of us will ever know.
This is Jolene Burge,
Physically?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
who
Sure,
accused
physically and
Hastert of
emotionally.
sexually abusing her brother back at Yorkville High School in Illinois, while Hastert was a wrestling coach. She told ABC News that her brother, Stephen Reinbolt, confided in her years ago when he revealed he was gay. He's now deceased.
I asked him, Stevie, when was your first same-sex experience? I mean, he just looked at me and said, it was with Dennis Hastert. And I was stunned. I said, why didn't you ever tell anybody, Stevie? He just looked at me and said, who is ever going to believe me?
She was approached by the FBI in recent weeks about Hastert before his indictment became
Dennis
public.
Hastert.
He
Must be weird when you're like sitting there like watching like pretty much the third most powerful man in the country and like, yeah, that guy fucked me when I was a kid.
Yeah, that's so weird.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up, man.
Maybe I should say something. I don't know.
I can tell it'd be damaging though, because I mean, this guy's like always, back when he had that position, was always in the fucking news and shit.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if that's true. What this guy is saying or what is
Right. I mean, these are just accusations, so
I mean,
gotta
that's
take
pretty
it with a
fucked
grain of
up.
salt and shit, but
faces
it is a
charges
Republican, so I believe it.
of bank fraud and lying to the FBI about hush money paid to another former student who was also abused. The Justice Department says he agreed to pay $3.5 million to cover up his past misconduct. But Burge told ABC News she's not the one who got the hush money. And CNN has learned the FBI has also spoken to a second person as part of the investigation.
He's so fucked.
Yeah.
Not Burge, who was also alleged to have been a victim. Hastert was a wrestling coach and Boy Scout leader before.
Wow.
Oh,
It's
man.
how stereotypical can you be? Seriously.
Double dose.
I'm around a lot
He
of
might
boys
as well
all
have
the
been.
time.
He might as well have been a Catholic priest too. while he was
Yeah.
at it.
And he was a Catholic
A
priest in his spare time.
yeah, a committed Catholic his entire life. It's
Catholic
like, whoa.
priest, wrestling coach, and Boy Scout leader.
An ambassador to Thailand.
Coming to Washington in 1987. He became the longest-serving Republican speaker, leaving Congress in 2007 after Democrats won control of the House. He's been in hiding since the charges were made public last week. Jolene Burge said she confronted Hastert when he tried to attend
trapped in his palatial mansion there.
Yeah, I feel really bad for him.
Her brother's funeral.
I just looked at him and I said, I want to know why you did what you did to my brother. I want you to know that your secret didn't die in there with my brother.
She did not respond to messages today from CNN. On her Facebook page, she posted a story about Hastert and wrote, I can say with absolute certainty there is so much more to this story. Finally, the truth. His former colleagues say they're stunned at the charges against Hastert.
I was shocked and...
Oh yeah, and here's the...
I was shocked.
Here's the current Speaker of the House, John Boehner.
John Boehner's like, don't look into my past, please.
Yeah.
Still call him Boehner, TJ. Call him Boner.
Boner.
John Boehner.
John Boehner.
He's fucking always orange from tanning. He lives in Ohio.
Yeah.
You can't get tan like that by laying out in the sun in Ohio, really. I don't know, unless you have a natural disposition for tanning well.
He's
fucking orange.
He gets his tans when he goes to his little boy parties in Costa Rica, because we all know that all Republican speakers of the House are boy fuckers now.
Dismayed by the reports that I read as anyone else around here.
I'll tell you what,
I was shocked.
He does normally sound like he's drunk, and I've seen a lot, especially the interviews where he cries, because he cries all the time.
I'm shocked.
He seems pretty drunk in those.
Now, Hastert and his attorney have not responded to our request for comments, but he did deny the allegations to ABC back when they first arose in 2006. They were never reported at the time, but given the new federal investigation, that's why his sister came forward this week. Now, Jake, he has a court appearance in Chicago next week.
All right.
Hastert.
So there's been several allegations against Hastert.
Several.
All right.
I don't know how much I fucking put stock in, like, the dead people, though. Like, my brother who was dead told me something before he died that he was molested. I mean, yeah, it could be true, but...
Next story here, I guess there was some sort of security breach with the U.S. government, and they're looking at China as the possible culprit.
Good old China.
Of that.
This morning, the U.S. government is struggling to assess the damage. Officials revealing possibly the biggest cyber attack on the U.S. government ever reached their critical computer networks. Two distinct attacks crept into the federal system. Sophisticated and undetectable for months.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
Yeah, whatever.
Sophisticated my ass.
Probably like some like basic ass like SQL
Yeah.
injections or some
fucking
shit.
adware. Or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, it's just like
If you read the shit the federal government does, it's just laughable. It's like sophisticated. It's like, okay.
Oh, I haven't run Norton in 8 months. Let me just...
Oh, shit.
Some kind of spyware.
All the while stealing information from the databases of virtually every government agency. Sensitive information from up to 4 million current and former federal employees now in the hands of hackers, including employees at the Department of Defense, the Social Security Administration, and even
so
potentially
shocked.
President Obama. Officials say there could be millions more.
Yeah, not surprising.
No.
These networks are
I'm
so
shocked they didn't secure their databases. It's so
government incompetence. I don't buy it.
They are really geographically dispersed. They're very, very difficult to be able to protect. And the reality of it is you can't prevent these attacks.
The suspect, according to authorities, a superpower, the People's Republic of China. According to officials, evidence
interest
points to
would China
hackers
have
working
in
for
our
the
data?
Chinese military, who may be compiling a massive database of critical information on Americans. Now, federal employees being cautioned to check their bank statements and get updated credit reports.
What, they think the Chinese government's gonna like buy a bunch of Lamborghinis and shit?
They're gonna buy
their credit cards.
Clearly not.
They're gonna buy
their goal.
car stereos and
We continue to update our security, but it is a pretty significant challenge.
Hackers have targeted the American government before. Just this week, investigators say Russia attacked the IRS and made 100,000 tax returns.
It's like, yeah, Russia.
Fuck yeah, Russia. Don't always agree with you, but
vulnerable to criminals.
All right, so there's that.
Yeah.
Here's a video about
your shit's fucked up.
What? Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Just like.
Here's a video about Bernie Sanders starting his presidential campaign, and the types of people they've seen at the rallies and everything.
Nazis, bunch of skinheads,
socialists.
Who thinks you're Bernie?
Definitely a socialist.
Fish food, I like this. Lots of people getting fish food. Great flavor. Great band.
I don't agree. I think fish is pretty garbage.
Yeah, fish sucks, but I still like Ben
So
and
we thought we were
Jerry's.
coming here to watch Bernie Sanders announce he's running for president.
Bernie Sanders!
What we actually saw was Bernie Sanders announcing a revolution.
We begin a political revolution to
He's doing the Ron Paul thing.
Yeah.
Don't do the revolution thing. No one likes that.
Right. I'll tell you one thing he doesn't have going for him is that he's old as fuck.
Yeah, he's old as the damn hills.
Yeah.
Our country.
Bernie Sanders is a one-of-a-kind human being on the planet Earth.
How great that we will actually have someone on the national stage who'll name oligarchy for oligarchy.
That is not democracy. That is oligarchy. It's
not about the press, it's about the people.
And it's
Oh God. You know.
Supporters are such stereotypes.
It's about the people.
It's about the people, man.
It's doomed.
Let's smoke a
belong to all of the people and not to a handful of billionaires.
I came all the way from Massachusetts to hear somebody talk about climate change.
The United States of America.
That sounded so fucking rehearsed.
I came all the way from Massachusetts to hear someone talk about the climate change.
Must lead the world in reversing climate change.
Authenticity. Bernie Sanders has been saying these same things for over 40 years.
40 years.
Bernie has not tailoring his speeches to the agenda. The agenda has caught up with Bernie Sanders.
So now the big question for this campaign is, can Bernie Sanders take the enthusiasm we've seen here and translate it to somewhere like Iowa or New
Maybe
Hampshire?
if the United States was populated entirely by hippies, yes. But since it's not, no.
I plan on voting for him in the primary.
I will too.
Yeah, but yeah,
yeah,
we'll see.
It's like
we're not optimistic. Let's
Hopefully he'll do really well in the debates and catch some people's attention.
Yeah, maybe he'll hit Hillary with a cane. Whap!
Cocaine, Hillary.
Maybe he'll powerbomb her through a table.
That would be better even.
Because if he can't,
do like a
this
pedigree.
campaign isn't going to last that long.
Challenge is first he's 75 on an inaugural day, and he'll be the oldest inaugurated president in American history, should he win. Second, there's no organizational affiliation. And then, of course, money.
Why is
She's
some
going to
rambling
raise.
drunk endorsing him to me?
Man, I tell you what.
Man, I tell you what, Bernie Sanders, man, he fucking said the same thing for fucking 40 years, man.
But he's old. He's old.
Man, you gotta buy him, man.
You know, hundreds of millions of dollars.
Millions.
He won't.
He gonna do it.
That's all I'm praying for, somebody to vote for. And it'd be really good if it was Bernie for the country.
Kathy Bates.
What do you expect? I'm an old hippie.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah,
That's
there you
exactly
go.
right. And that's the demographic, and there's not enough of you, and it's not going to work. The end. But, you know, good luck.
TJ is ever the optimist.
Good luck.
I saw a video where Howard Dean reenacted The Scream.
Woo! Or whatever it was.
It was like, yeah!
Yeah! Funnier is woo, though. Because then I can imagine, like, Ric Flair. Jesus, he's doing some Hitler shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, woo!
I just found that video and I thought it was funny because you bring that up from time to time.
Yeah, it was a classic moment in American politics.
Here's another classic moment on the Drunken Peasants podcast.
All right. Oh, more cloud disappearances. Is he gonna chant?
Hey, this is another cloud control video by Teachers.
Oh, he's controlling it.
Where I control clouds
using
my psychokinesis psychic powers.
Sweet.
I'm making this video in June
It's like Carrie, but lame.
I do want to bring up that when we were in Amsterdam at the meetup, we had probably like 25 people all saying cloud disappear, and there were people there who weren't there for the meetup that were looking at us like, what the fuck are these people doing?
I think I looked at him and said, it's a religious thing.
Yeah.
what I try to do is control clouds.
You do it.
In this case, I'm going to try to make
I'm a believer.
this. See this large
Do or do
cloud?
not, there is no
the
try.
large cloud. Going to try to make it disappear, vanish by using my psychic powers.
Gonna make it vanish.
It's gonna vanish.
I'm going to try to make
Cloud
this
disappear.
large cloud disappear
Just like my
by
wife
using
when I
my
started
psychic
doing this.
powers. I think when I do this, I like send out a ball of energy, and the ball of energy
What are you,
actually
Goku?
cloud disappear.
I think that when I
I'm
do
gonna
this,
try to
I
make
send
this
out a
cloud
ball of
disappear
energy.
now.
Ball of energy.
In June 2015.
So energetic.
This
It
large
comes with the cloud.
Kidneys hurt after I do
discourages the cloud.
Disappear, cleed, disappear, cleed, disappear, cleed, disappear, cleed, disappear.
You send out a ball of energy.
Disappear.
You guys see it?
Disappear.
It's moving.
Cleed, disappear. Cleed, disappear.
Did he say wah?
Cleed, disappear.
He's got to fucking throw some wahs in there.
Cleed, disappear.
Cloud disappear. He's been listening to a lot of Hans Zimmer soundtracks, so he's got to put the wah.
Cleed, disappear. Cleed, disappear. Cleed,
It's working, guys.
disappear.
Working.
Cleed,
This video is like
Cleed,
11 minutes long.
disappear.
Because
Cleed,
it's so
disappear.
captivating.
He sat there for 11 minutes.
Dude, the cloud's disappearing. Look at it right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Cleed, disappear.
It's
Cleed,
clear that he has power.
vanish. Cleed, disappear. Cleed.
It's not the way of weather. It's not the way of
added
weather
that.
and an atmosphere. It's just this guy's psychic energy balls. This dude has fucking energy balls, dude.
Energy balls.
Send up the company
does,
a
dude.
wave and the cloud disappears.
Let's skip to the end and see if the cloud disappears.
Of
Oh,
course
no-
it does. He
nor-
has
let's
powers.
see.
Normally it's not fully disappeared, but he's like, okay, I'm done now. Oh.
Damn.
Now, cleed, disappear.
Cleed,
vanish.
vanish.
Cleed,
He's gotta change it up.
disappear.
Vanish.
Cleed, vanish.
Vanish.
Cleed,
Vanish.
disappear.
Disappear.
Cleed,
Wall.
disappear. Cleed,
Disappear.
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 Cleed,
Vanish. Vanish.
Cleed,
Disappear.
disappear. Cleed, disappear. Cleed, disappear. Disappear. Cleed,
Oh my God,
disappear.
it's working.
Making this cloud vanish.
Vanish.
See it fading out,
Vanishing.
breaking up.
Yep.
Cleed,
Holy
disappear.
shit.
Cleed,
Hey, TJ.
vanish.
Yeah?
Cleed,
Remember those crazy people outside of Barnes and Noble we used to see?
Maybe that's what they were
Cleed.
doing.
Yeah, maybe like you know what I realized? They're probably just doing some like shit similar to that. Like if I stare at this tree long enough, I'll see like a tree spirit or something. Or if I stare at this wall or the sky, you know, I can control it. It's probably just they believe some crazy shit that like we just don't understand because like they don't actually upload to YouTube.
But you're scared to ask them, so.
Fuck yeah, I'm scared to ask them. They look fucking crazy. It's like, what are you doing?
Disappear. Cleed, vanish.
For those wondering what Scotty's talking about, over at the Barnes & Noble by our old house, there used to be this guy that would stand by the side of it and look up at the sky for literally like 8 or 9 hours a day.
Yeah.
Just standing there totally still.
Disappear. Cleed, vanish. Cleed. Well, see, this cloud's really fading. It's on its way out.
Oh, yeah, it's
Cleed,
dead. It's gone.
disappear. Cleed, vanish. Cleed, disappear. I think I'm going to stop here. It gives
Yep.
you the...
Yeah.
I think I'm done.
My work here is done.
Good enough. You've seen what I can do. I think I'm going to stop now.
Already blow enough minds for one day.
All right.
I want to see him turn a cloud into like some kind of like complex shape, like, you know, like a polygon or something.
I found some sort of slam poetry type thing, and it's anti-Gamergate feminist rhetoric slam poetry, basically.
Okay.
And I'm going to stop it often for commentary here. So
Neat.
Here we go.
Button poetry.
And it was in Borge.
Borge?
If you get to call it misogyny when bad things happen to women in video games, why don't I get to call it misandry when bad things happen to men?
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Because
Oh!
the principles of
Okay, there we
character
go.
design mean that no matter the video game, you can always pick out a prostitute based on what she's wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Non-player characters have a limited range of action, so the prostitute is always asking for it.
What?
Because
So are a bunch of other people. You can kill everybody. It's like, you talk about like Grand Theft Auto and shit. I can go down the street and run over fucking people of every fucking shape, size, and race.
In the God of War franchise, you can literally fuck Aphrodite as part of gameplay.
So?
Even the goddess of love isn't immune to a little left, right, up, down, ABA. Because when I...
So what? Who cares?
So fucking what?
Put on the quote-unquote empowering metallic bikini of your favorite video game character and walk the convention floor, men touch me without asking. They ask me questions about my sex life and expect detailed answers. They treat me like so much public pixel and blame me for dressing in the only skin I get. Because Hitman absolutely...
This poetry is terrible.
This isn't even poetry. It's just like...
It's just like whining on a stage.
Penalizes you for murdering a hooker,
who's just
but gives
going
you
up
the
to,
points
like,
back.
Not a part of your system.
You're just going up to... Who are these guys? They're just going up to like some random girl at a con and like...
are you a lesbian?
So, yeah.
Oh, God.
You ever lick any pussy? Yeah, tell me how that was.
I've been to like one, and there were girls that were scantily clad, and did guys look at them? Sure, but I do not recall one guy being like, oh, would you have a three-way with me? I don't even see a girlfriend. I'm in a two-way.
Did you see any guys just like go up to girls and like just start groping them like, yeah,
no,
you're my property.
If anyone would
you're
done
my
that,
property because you're in public.
I guarantee you they would have been out of there really quick.
I just grabbed Leia's tits, yeah.
To distract the cops. Because Republicans won't sign bills into law if they contain the phrase violence against women. Because there was a list in the boys' bathroom of my high school titled Cute New Freshman Girls to Fuck.
So, you don't think there's never any sort of shit like that in the girls' bathroom? Like, you know, like, fuck this guy or this shit's going on? I mean, I know there was graffiti in the girls' bathroom, too.
I was so unversed in violence, I was hurt that my name wasn't on it.
What?
Because a new study asserts up to 40% of rape victims are male, but video games only imitate the kinds of tragedies men want to fantasize about.
Oh, yeah, the tragedies men fantasize about. Rape that video game bitch in the fucking ass, yeah! Yeah!
The typical video games are not but mere power fantasies.
Because when I told him I didn't want another drink, I saw his eyes light up with a new
not affecting anyone in the real world. That's the real problem.
Achievement to unlock. Because when I talk less than men, they think I'm talking more. Because their voices crash into me like I am hoarding spinning coins and first aid kits, and they are cracking me open in the hopes of absorbing something valuable. It's not looting.
I love how the audience reactions for the most part are just like
valuable from this.
Occasionally one person in the audience will go like, ah.
Yeah, like, this fucking Herman Munster in there. Like,
is that like the official like feminist sound of approval?
Well, they can't clap because it's something they're outraged about.
Oh.
So.
It's like
Rebel.
Sound like the aliens from Mars Attacks. Yeah.
I think we finally found something that feminists fit. The aliens from Mars Attacks.
Only those are more appealing.
Yeah,
built this way. Because this is the second night death threats have driven game critic Anita Sarkeesian from her home.
Oh, no! Because we know Anita Sarkeesian's so worried for her safety that she was literally walking around Columbus, Ohio without any sort of security, and she was fine, and
death threats.
No one attacked her.
I get death threats all the time. I don't give a shit. Fuck a death threat. What does that mean?
We've already discussed, like, what is an actual death threat? Did someone actually come to her home trying to break down her door? Like, no, we've never heard of that happening.
Look, I'm just going to tell you this. If anybody really wanted to kill Anita Sarkeesian, they could do it. They know where she's going to be. They know where she is. If anyone had genuine designs on her life, they could fucking kill her. If anyone had genuine designs on my life, they could fucking kill me. They could kill Ben. They could kill Scotty. They could kill any fucking buddy they wanted to.
They couldn't kill me.
Okay, well, I can't kill Scotty because he's invincible, but...
Yeah. But you guys are fucking
like,
goners.
Any fucking person, like, unless you're talking about like the president of the United States or some fucking
someone like that, like a
someone
world
who can,
leader,
like, afford like top tier security and shit outside their house, then maybe there's some difficulty. But like for any like normal fucking person that's just on the internet talking their shit, anybody could fucking kill them if they really want to.
And I mean, not to mention, there's always going to be crazy assholes on the internet. They're going to say shit to people like Anita Sarkeesian. She's a popular figure. That happens to everyone who's popular.
No, Scotty, but it happens worse to her.
It's just because she wants to play this fucking victim card because a bunch of assholes on the internet send her mean things. It's like, they're mean to me, so therefore I'm right. It's like, no, you're an asshole.
Someone sent me a death threat, therefore all of my positions are correct.
That's basically the logic.
That's a non sequitur, Anita. No, it's not.
How dare you?
How dare you mansplain in my direction?
Except you're forgetting Anita Sarkeesian doesn't really respond to critics directly. Only like the most crazy critics that she respond to, like, burn Anita's house down. These are my critics.
My man look like she about to suck that microphone like a dick.
Good call.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Look, like her lips is all puckered up and it looks like kind of like the microphone's like a dick about to go in her mouth. You know what I'm saying? Pretty good.
Her house flayed open like a wound. Because you don't understand when I say that you can't have my body because there's already somebody living in it.
You can have my body.
Because men may be more likely to die in wars statistically, but you've never fucking been in one. Because you keep saying women.
Women.
Like there's no telling between us.
What war have you been in?
Catalog.
Wait a minute. So you could just say men. But if a man says women, then it's like, you can't even tell between us. Like, maybe it's just a matter of linguistic convenience.
Of stop-motion stereotypes, unpiloted patter of color and sound.
Just like you've generalized the stereotype.
You're the one who's propagating fucking stereotypes. This entire fucking stupid, miserable poem that you've been reading.
You know, it's like basically women are in this poem are treated like these poor victims, and men are just these like prowling predators waiting to take advantage of them at every turn.
Women are oppressed and men are fucking rape personified.
The logic of character design. I can infer that when bad things happen to women in video games, they're really happening to me.
Oh, okay. That makes no sense. You're a moron.
Okay, yeah.
My shirt shredded.
The crazy train has left the station.
My body breaking to prop open a gate, to prop up your mail, because nothing makes a more gratifying prop because she's playing the woman card, because she's playing the victim card.
You are playing the victim card.
Yeah, you're just a giant whiny victim.
You're not even playing the victim card. You're like dropping like victim decks onto the audience. Like, here you go, take them all. Every victim card at once.
Everyone deserves a victim card except men.
This song, this poem should just be called like Feminism's Greatest Hits.
The rape threats card, the posted her address online card, the I'll fucking kill your parents card, because you still think this is all just a game.
Yeah!
Horrible, horrible poetry.
No, it was fucking, man, that was good. She really opened my fucking eyes to like problems that bitches face and shit, man.
It's like some LVG shit, TJ.
You know, man, like, I always thought that women's was just like, you know, cum dumpsters and shit. But apparently they's got like feelings and stuff, man. I don't know. I'm fucking, you know, my eyes has been like opened by this fucking poem.
So,
that's weird.
Later on, do you guys want to go oppress some women? Interested?
No, I'm done with that, man. That poem done convinced me that men's is garbage, dude.
You don't know what you're missing, TJ.
So
it's all about the bitches, dude.
I guess while we were in Europe, G-Man got bored and decided to call the Atheist Experience. And they had an exchange, and of course G-Man came out of it.
G-Man won.
G-Man destroyed them, of course.
As usual. G-Man always wins.
Come on, knockout.
Knockout blow.
Matt Dillahunty pretty much destroyed G-Man.
No way. What, Ben? Come on.
No, I don't believe it.
And then G-Man. Here's the weird part. I don't know too many details about it because, you know, we're just getting this information from G-Man, but it seems that, you know, G-Man either put a clip from that show or maybe the whole show up. I don't know for sure. But he ended up getting flagged by the Atheist Experience. And here's a video entitled "Matt Dillahunty is a Liar and the Atheist Experience are false flaggers." by G-Man.
Okay.
By G-Man.
G-Man.
The house. G-Man.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministry.
He did it. He did it.
Welcome to another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries.
Yep. We even told him. We even told him that he does it. He's like, no, I don't. And then we had him do it, and he did it.
Every time. Yeah. It's part of the title, dude. You can't even deny it at this point. That wasn't even a pause because he didn't know what he was going to say, because it wasn't even long enough. It was just like, another edition of Preaching to the Choir Ministries. It's just like part of
He can't remember the name of his own fucking thing every time. He has to be like, huh?
I don't even think it's that. I think it's just like ingrained in him to say, there.
You know, Matt Dillahunty lied to all of you wonderful people when he told you that, you know, G-Man was a joke. G-Man needs to go argue with some little kids. He won't debate me and all this other stuff and whatnot. And the reason why I'm bringing this up again because...
So, at the end of... I would say it was probably like 11 minutes or so. I don't want to play it because I don't want to get flagged too. But at the end, because it was the biblical slavery thing.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
Again. And at the end, G-Man started doing the thing that him and True Empiricism both like to do. They're like, well, I challenge you to a debate.
A moderated debate.
Yeah, even though they've been talking for like 10 minutes about
it's like,
this.
I don't understand that with him. It's like we're having one now. What the fuck are you talking about?
So G-Man asked Matt Dillahunty, he's like, why won't you debate me? And Matt Dillahunty's like, the same reason I don't play basketball with kindergartners or something like that. And I don't know. I don't know if G-Man really understood the joke or what, but he kept pressing the issue, and basically Matt Dillahunty hung up on him after a while. But
he's
I can't believe that.
Yeah.
Matt Dillahunty's scared of the power of G-Man.
Matt Dillahunty once again proved that he's a big liar here on YouTube.
He's a big
As
liar.
well as all those fine people over there.
You're a big liar, Matt Dillahunty.
Because the Atheist Experience decided to flag the G-Man Experience for copyright. Now, they're claiming that I used their material and I broke copyright laws by doing the live stream on my channel. But there's a problem with that. Number one, I didn't get the entire show. And then number two, I criticized the snot out of it for 3 hours in a Google Hangout format on my channel.
Yeah.
Okay.
I challenged it, obviously. Earlier when I looked on my channel, I didn't have access to it. So this is going to court.
Hold on. Why does it gotta go to court? Just file. You can't file a dispute with YouTube, basically saying that like I think this was fair use.
I think that I think he may have already done that and it got rejected.
They got rejected.
Probably.
Well,
that's what it seems
like.
like.
Go to court then. Sure. Go to fucking court.
I doubt that G-Man, working class kind of guy,
is gonna go to court over this.
Well, yeah, that he has the money to take Matt Dillahunty to court.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm not going
maybe
to
just drop it.
Yeah, probably should.
Sit back and let these people do this and think there's not going to be a fight on their hands. Not to mention when they have to come all the way here to Jersey City to actually deal with me. So I'm looking forward to it. Because from what I read from this copyright thing, I'm kind of feeling new to this, is that they have to sue me in order to get me to keep that off my channel or whatever.
I'm very confused.
So, I'm not sure if that means they sue me for money or whether or not that means that they can just keep the video off my
sue
channel.
him under the DMCA laws. They're going to basically sue him to take down the clip and then probably go after him for damages, is what he's saying.
I like the screenshot of Matt Dillahunty.
G-Man, you're a fool. Oh yeah, that clip, if you guys want to go look it up, it's G-Man on the Atheist Experience. He destroys G-Man.
Yeah.
G-Man basically says, oh, biblical slavery is fine.
Well, this is like another one.
And
this happened again now?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is basically part 2. Round 2, rather.
Because I'm seeing this 2013 then. I thought I was talking about this.
No, there's a newer one that occurred while we were out of the country.
Oh, okay. So he called up again. He got schooled again.
Oh, really bad.
The same issue.
Really bad.
The
Matt
one he
Dillahunty's
already
like,
lost on before.
He's like, did he remember G-Man too?
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
then he was like, you know, he said, you know, what's wrong with a person owning another person? And Matt Dillahunty's like, so it's okay if I own you? And he's like, well, as long as you have me do good and not evil. He's like, okay, well, I'm going to have you pull all the weeds out of my garden. What about that? And he was like, oh, as long as I'm compensated for it. He's like, you're a slave. You don't get
what?
You don't get compensation. and then later on, he's like, is it okay if I beat you as long as you don't die? Because I guess it says that in the Bible.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. And for most of it, G-Man was getting slavery and indentured servitude
confused.
mixed. Well, basically claiming that it's the same thing when it's not.
It's not, no.
Indentured servants at least get paid something.
Well, they're supposed to get like some kind of like, you know, stipend at the
right,
end or whatever.
right. Slaves don't get anything except for enough to stay alive, basically. So, yeah.
Here's just enough so that you're in a good enough condition to keep doing this labor. For
right. And we're gonna have G-Man on, not this coming Friday, but the next Friday, the 19th.
The 19th, yeah.
We'll be able to ask him about this. Also, he's doing his rap battle with Creationist Cat,
which he will win.
He's gonna destroy.
He's gonna
Creationist
win.
Cat.
He's gonna be the very best, like no one ever was.
I don't know why they're debating. I mean, Creationist Cat, he knows what's up with G-Man.
That cat automatically loses because it's a piece of shit.
What do you have against Creationist Cat, TJ? Come on, man.
That's my mortal enemy, dude.
Oh, he's not so bad.
No.
Me and Ben had tea with
Pure
him. He's
evil.
pretty cool.
Pure evil.
Pretty cool, TJ.
Fuck you, Creationist
He's a cool
cat.
cat, man. Cool cat.
Fuck you. Sack of shit.
Sack of shit.
Too much hate in your heart, TJ.
I know.
You're guilty of murder in your heart.
Murder in
Oh,
my
shit.
heart.
TJ's gonna be
The Jesuit
executed.
scanner says you're a Jesuit clone with murder in your heart. The sentence is summary execution.
The sentence.
By the way, everybody, normally on Wednesdays we do questions from the audience, but we don't have enough right now to do that as a segment, mainly because we cleared all of our video inventory before we left, just to kind of refresh things. So
send your questions, basically.
Yes, we'll go over your question submissions over the weekend here and pick out the good ones.
Mm-hmm.
So look for that this coming Wednesday, a week from today.
Yeah, it's gonna come.
It's gonna come. Coming Wednesday.
Coming Wednesday.
All right, here's Josh Flintstone.
Sounds like a Adam's.
So Josh Fierstein here. Look, I got a question for you. Are you a Christian atheist? I really want you to stop and think about that one. Because it's one thing to not believe in God, but it's another thing to know that there is a God and live like there isn't.
Right.
So are you living righteous or right-ish?
Right-ish.
Because I got news for you. Almost right is always wrong.
Oh, wow. Cleared that up.
I would say any Christian religion, at the very least, would be almost right.
Yeah, almost
you know,
right. Sure. Yeah.
At like its very best, it would be almost right. It could never be 100%.
Let me ask you,
Yeah.
are you a Christian atheist?
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing not to believe.
That doesn't even make any sense.
It's
to begin
another
with.
thing to
Right.
fucking know he's real, but still live like he ain't. And then almost right is always wrong. So,
Empty slogan time with Josh Moran.
Bumper sticker time.
Yeah, it's like every fucking thing that's come out of his mouth so far is just like a stupid bumper sticker or a tweet. It's like a series of fucking mental tweets. Or sharts, almost.
So I challenge you today to love God, not the things of the world, but to love God, and as a result of loving God, to love
tacos.
people, to share with them your story and introduce them to Jesus.
Hey,
I just
Scotty.
like how he thinks his religion is
Jesus, man.
totally right. Like he figured it out somehow.
He did the fucking.
Out of all the different ways.
He did the Jesus math, dude. He's just like, oh, yeah, all adds up. God, Jesus, yep.
1 + 1 = Jesus.
Is it really that simple?
It is that
Yeah.
simple.
Have I been missing it this whole time?
Yeah,
Ben, I am going to share my love of God with you.
Love God, Ben. Come on.
Yeah.
Come on, Ben.
Let's DP God, Ben.
Ooh.
Because we love him so much.
God damn it. God's been naughty.
Oh, yeah, you've been a naughty little god, haven't you? Yeah, you flooded the whole earth and you're just spanking.
Spanking. Oh, fuck yeah. All right.
So Josh Feuerstein remains stupid.
Yes. I think it's funny, though, that
just in.
The German translation of his name is Flintstone.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
It's very appropriate.
Yeah. Yeah, so next one here.
Dabba dabba dum.
We have the Beast telling us how to spend our summer.
Sweet.
Finally, I've been kind of aimless this summer, so... Well, it's not summer yet, technically.
Diamond everything.
Hello, people.
Hello.
Strickland here. Welcome to another video on Facebook.
He's up in this bitch.
Now, what I'm going to be doing is making a video
Yeah?
about summertime.
Shit.
Really? You don't say.
Fuck, wow. Let's see it. When you gonna make it?
Soon. He looks confused. He's like, am I making a video right now?
He's like, what am I doing?
What does he have in the background? Is
This video is
like
called
a wrapper of pizza
How
instructions
You
or
Should
something?
Spend
Yeah,
Your
something like
Summer.
that. Okay.
Or How You Should Spend Summer. Whatever the title should be called.
Okay. The title is whatever it should be, yeah. Sure, why not?
You have to love the Beast.
Well,
Yeah?
here's my take on it.
Uh-huh.
First off,
fuck bitches.
Don't stay in until 6 o'clock playing
What?
Xbox,
Like
PS3,
you. Like you.
or anything like that.
Like you.
It gets boring and repetitive after a while in the summertime.
Oh,
What
wow.
if it's a really nice day out? Don't you want to go out and
Don't you want to go
actually?
Looking at you, looking at you, I already know you don't take your own advice. You're like a fat, pasty dude. You obviously don't go outside.
Going out to check the mail doesn't count as going out.
Going out to, what is it? What do they have in Canada? Harvey's. Going to Harvey's does not count, dude.
Yeah.
He's lucky. He lives right across the street from one.
Yeah, he probably does.
It's a very short journey.
Sit on your porch, have a barbecue.
Oh, a porch.
Get some drinks. You don't have to have alcohol. You can get some Coca-Cola, some Pepsi, some 7-Up, some
the
Sprite.
only drinks you need. What about water? Water.
Who the fuck wants to drink water at a barbecue?
But if you wanted alcohol,
beer.
you could
At
get
least
some
drink a beer.
alcohol,
Yeah, drink a
sit on
beer.
the damn porch,
Fuck you, fat
have
ass.
your barbecue, then have a little party, you know?
You know?
Bring
I
all your
remember
friends if you have.
Those
sure he has
days of
tons of
summer
friends.
were
I
good.
don't, but you
I
know.
remember when people used to do that all the time.
Oh.
But
What?
The
This is
good old
back,
days.
back in my day, in 2003, we knew how to throw a party.
You know, I remember. It's like you're not old enough to talk like that. Look at you.
Yeah, you're like fucking 20 or
I
something.
remember when people used to do that all the time. It's like,
People still fucking do that shit, you
what
moron.
are you talking about?
Barbecues have not died off.
Yeah, no one ever barbecues anymore.
Yeah.
You never see that
I see people
shit.
barbecuing almost every fucking day in summer.
People barbecuing during the summer, it's practically a dead art.
Yep, doesn't happen.
Grill sales are fucking have plummeted. Can't even fucking find a grill anymore at the fucking store.
Gotta make your
Nothing.
fucking own at these times.
now it's different because people don't do shit.
Yeah, it's different now. Times have changed.
It's different, but it sucks. It really does.
It sucks. Is he really gonna fucking eat? Oh man, come on, man.
Yes, I'm eating hot dogs.
Yeah.
It looks like he's eating cold hot dogs.
He's just eating
They
a-
literally look cold.
Put it in a bun and put some condiments on it. Make it a proper fucking hot dog. You're not even a good. You're not
I
even
just
good at being a fat
microwave it
fuck.
and put it in the bowl, and then I eat like 20 at a time.
He's bad at being fat. He doesn't even know what he's doing. It's sad to watch.
Of course he's Canadian, so I
Playing
mean, you can't even
Xbox
get that
and
right.
PS3 on a nice summer day gets repetitive, gets boring.
No, it doesn't.
The only times I
Depends on
suggest
the
you
game
stay
you're playing.
in is when it's storming out or raining.
Storming.
How about
That's
you
the
run
only time
your
I
own
suggest-
life and look at you?
Yeah, look at your fucking self
Just
in the mirror.
look at everything
Why are you
about
giving anyone advice?
No one needs to take your advice on shit ever.
I wonder if he's talking about getting a girlfriend.
You know what? I'd come to you for advice
He
on.
always
I'd be like,
talks about that.
Hey, Beast, do you know where I could find some good 6X shirts? If I need that, I'll go to you, motherfucker. But short of that, I don't need your opinion.
Or if you want to know, like, where's, like, the nearby, like, fatty food is, he'd be good for that, too.
Well, for him, it's like in his house. He's just sitting there eating hot dogs, like off a plate.
You know what? Honestly, his mom probably sent him to school with like a 2-liter Mountain Dew and a bag of Doritos as his lunch. Seriously.
Here's your lunch, sweetie.
I mean, like, look, if it was just if the Beast was just like fat or whatever, like whatever, but he's fat and he's stupid. And he's obnoxious, and he's mean-spirited, and he's obviously incredibly selfish.
That's why he fits into our show so well.
I know, right? So it's like, it's not like we don't have to have any compunction about just saying whatever we want, because there's like at least in these videos, no redeeming qualities come out at all.
None.
It's just like, I'm this fat piece of shit.
I need a girl that's
infinitely
smart,
entitled
but really hot
to things I don't deserve and won't work for. But
hold on, TJ, are you talking about the Beast, or are you just
Yeah.
talking right now?
You're talking about yourself or the Beast? We're kind of confused.
Fuck you guys.
We're confused, dude. Who are you talking about?
You guys are sheer garbage.
You stay in. If it's a little bit cloudy, who cares? Go outside. It's just clouds.
Wow, so
Clouds
I'm on the fence.
Who cares? Go outside.
Go outside.
Go outside, eh?
And
what?
What's he doing?
He's just
fiddle fucking
his
around.
brain is stalling. It happens all the time.
Every
What are you
single
doing?
time.
Speak. What?
People
What?
play video games instead of.
You've covered
Well,
this already. How many times
Horse
are
is
you
dead.
reading this shit?
Come on, move on from video games,
Write
dude.
some fucking notes out if you're gonna make a video.
Video games are dumb. They're repetitive.
So
Go outside, even if it's cloudy.
That's all he's fucking said.
What a fucking gem.
That's all he's fucking said.
He's also said, yes, I'm eating hot dogs.
It's like a public service announcement delivered very poorly or something.
And slowly and repetitively. He talks about video games being repetitive. You're the one who's fucking repetitive. Every video we watch of you, you repeat the same fucking few points.
Size does not matter.
Over
Doesn't
and
matter.
over and over and over and over and over.
It just pisses me off.
Okay.
Yeah, it pisses
that
you off.
We went from good summers to horrible, horrible summers.
In only a few years.
Yep.
Like,
just
horrible
the few
summers
years you've
for
been
me
alive.
are when people don't do anything. They don't have barbecues. They don't.
Okay, so now I know the motivation behind this.
No barbecues.
So basically, like, he went to his mom, like, Mom, we have a barbecue tonight? Oh, no, sweetie, I'm busy with work.
This is bullshit.
I'm making a video
Fuck
about
you,
this
Mom.
fucking bitch.
I'm an adult, bitch.
And then he calls all of his friends, and they're like, "You have a barbecue tonight?" They're like, "No, I'm gonna stay inside and play Xbox."
Fuck you.
I remember when we had good summers like last year.
Last year, back then, it was
Yeah.
good times.
Outside to eat. They don't like. They don't like swim anymore in pools.
Okay, finally, swimming. So people don't have barbecues and people don't
People
swim.
don't swim.
People
No
have
one
stopped
swims.
swimming.
No one swims. No one has
I remember that.
barbecues.
I remember like last year, everyone's like swimming. Like, no one swims anymore. That's
Xbox is
passe.
in, swimming and barbecues are out.
Yep.
Yeah.
They don't have fun anymore.
No fun either. Fun is dead.
A lot of people never go to the park anymore because they're too lazy playing video games.
Look at your fucking self, dude.
Beast.
What the fuck do you do at the park? Sit on a bench?
No one is believing that the Beast has like this rugged, outdoor, fun-loving lifestyle.
He's basically Grizzly Adams at this point, man.
Pretty close.
Yep.
Jeremiah
And I really don't want to be
Johnson.
like that anymore. I don't want to be lazy as fucking shit.
Okay.
You
But
clearly
this
are.
is why I'm making the video.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing something about his
Because you people
laziness.
need to stop being lazy. You need
Yeah.
to stop being lazy in the summertime. Go out and do some good shit.
Good shit. Yeah.
Why do you even care? Just do it
Have a
yourself.
barbecue. Sit
Yeah.
on your porch. Have some drinks.
Yeah.
Swim.
We've established. Yeah,
Have
swim.
conversations with your friends.
Swim.
And a couple of your family members.
Dude, I can't even imagine having a conversation with you. It must be the most frustrating thing.
Yeah, like, how is it even possible? Like, do you have to use, like, sign language and grunting? Like, I ate food earlier.
Because I don't...
good.
I don't think in real life I could stand those little 3-minute processing things you do. Where you stare into the blackness of your own soul.
I'd get bored.
For, like, 35 seconds at a time and just go, like...
Swimming. Swimming? Swimming? No. Okay.
All right, I think it's time to move on.
People don't have fun anymore.
Fun is dead. So is swimming and barbecues. Even though we've probably all been to one of those or done that recently.
Here's a video about...
People don't barbecue anymore.
Stop barbecuing. Have fun and have a conversation with your friends. A couple of your family members, too. I'm feeling really generous.
Apparently, some woman that's a Republican that's running for president has been talking shit about Hillary Clinton.
Yeah, but, Ben.
Yeah.
More importantly, people have stopped barbecuing.
Yeah. What's going on with the world now, man?
Yeah, it's fucked. But I guess we can watch this.
Wish I could barbecue.
Maybe this will cheer us up.
Let's watch this.
Let's rape Scotty in the ass. Let's rape Scotty in the ass.
That's my favorite part.
Let's rape Scotty in the ass. Let's rape Scotty in the ass.
That people are pretty sweet.
This part reminds me of when TJ used Scotty's toothbrush.
Fuck, motherfucker. Ow!
What do you think about it now, Scotty? Now you're on camera. Now it's your job to entertain the people.
I watched this like 100 times.
Ben actually watches this video recreationally all the time.
It's fun.
I don't remember this shit.
I do.
Suck my dick, TJ.
Watch my response, Scotty.
Fucking faggot. Alright.
Alright, yeah, I'll probably fucking hit you again.
This is where the video ends, but I would have liked to have seen the aftermath.
Probably me punching TJ.
Nope.
What happened?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. So you're speaking out of your ass.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, yeah, here's that news story.
How do you think this roast and ride has gone?
It is phenomenal. I mean, look at the crowd. We had over 300 bikes that rode up on our motorcycle ride honoring patriots and veterans. We have a phenomenal group of activists and just everyday Iowans that want to hear from their presidential...
It's like the only time anyone gives a shit about Iowa.
Yeah.
We love Iowa, damn it!
Yeah.
Iowa fucking sucks.
Right.
Iowa's a piece of
shit. You know, anyone that says otherwise, they either must fucking live there or they're fucking delusional. There ain't shit there, it's boring, it's cornfields, it sucks.
Because over 100 years ago, we decided that's where people vote first. And that's the only reason.
What fucking do?
They gotta have some kind of claim to fame. If I was Iowa, I'd want that too, you know? It's like their only thing.
I think it's Iowa and New Hampshire. I think those are the first two.
You know, every 4 years, all the presidential candidates have to come here and fucking suck our dicks.
Iowa, hometown America. This is real America here.
Candidates. It is a pretty big crowd. Look, you won a very tough Republican primary here in Iowa. You know what it's like to try to appeal to the Republican electorate in Iowa. What would your advice be to the 15 potential candidates who are running for president now?
I would say that they need to show that they are a leader. They need to show with that leadership that there is a direction that our country needs to go.
Wow, I never would have fucking thought that, man.
If you want to be a leader, you gotta show people you're a leader.
Right. If you want to be president, you gotta convince people you can lead. That's brilliant. No, who fucking could have come up with that fucking sort of political wisdom? If you want to be a dentist, you have to convince people you know your way around teeth.
Whether that is as a world leader or whether it's a leader here in the United States with our economy, our education system, whatever it is, they just need to show that they're willing to take on that mantle and just go forward, take our country forward.
And should it be economic issues? Should it be social issues? I know that it's kind of...
Derpa economy. Derpa jobs.
And as all these assholes have famously said, the government and these things are not job creators.
They are when they're elected.
When they're elected, I guess they are. That's really convenient.
The Republican electorate is quite diverse, but you might have to pick one rather than the other.
Very diverse, but I tell you, most of what I hear from Iowa.
Fucking joke that is.
Diverse by age, you mean? The fact that it's overwhelmingly fucking old fucking assholes?
They're old and white. There's not. How is that diverse?
Yeah, I mean, the only one that you could say is remotely not white would be Marco Rubio, but I mean, Hispanics are still considered Caucasian, at least as far.
Ted Cruz some kind
of? Yeah, he's Cuban. Yeah, they're both Cuban. Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio are both.
A lot of
Cuban.
Cubans are Republican, though.
Right. Well, that has to do with the Cubans that were refugees, so they're going to be more conservative because they're so against the whole Castro regime.
Castro.
Ones is that jobs and economy is extremely important. Of course, we have a wonderful agricultural economy, manufacturing base here in Iowa. So we've done very well. We have good leadership, though, in the state that allows those businesses to thrive. But we just need someone that will understand.
Does she has like the high school gym teacher haircut.
No, not only that, she said we need someone that'll understand the issues, and that person is me.
And these issues, jobs and economy. Second, they need to understand what's going on around the world, and that we need to be a safe nation. So they need to be strong on national defense.
I mean,
a safe.
I would say we're pretty safe. I would say we're among the safest. I mean, you know, shit happens from time to time, but as far as being afraid of what other nations are going to do to us, I would say that's probably one of the least fears I have.
Yeah.
You know,
obviously you haven't seen Red Dawn, Ben.
Okay.
Not only that, they're saying jobs in the economy. It's like we have so many other problems beside from the economy, and like these are the same people that want to deregulate all corporations, want to cut taxes for the wealthy. You know, just the list goes on and on of the bullshit these people, all these Republicans want to do, and like we need to cut education, but we need to prop up defense. It's always say, spend more on defense. The Department of Defense is a fucking joke. It's a fucking money pit. We don't even know where the money goes. And any fucking program like the F-35s, you can read about this. It's so over budget. It's so over time. None of it fucking works. It's a fucking mess.
Is it just like a bunch of aircraft sitting in a hangar somewhere that'll never fly? Is that what that is?
Well, no. They'll probably fly at some point because they're replacing other jets, but it'll probably be so far after they were supposed to and so over budget. I think we're spending something like $2 trillion on this, on like all this shit. Maybe not the program, but just the Department of Defense, we spend over $1 trillion a year on.
It's kind of
so. Let me ask you this, Scotty. You just want America to be undefended, huh?
It's kind of
you just sent out a kid with a slingshot to fight Saddam Hussein.
Worked in the Bible, right?
Well, that's not gonna work, Scotty.
It worked in the Bible.
But seriously, though, it's kind of like the dumb motherfucker that lives alone, but he has like 200 guns like hidden all over his house.
Exactly. Each gun he buys, he becomes a little safer.
Yeah, a little safer every time until like a mob of criminals break into his house, and now you've armed all of them.
Like, good job.
And now there's 5 guys with a gun in each hand, so 10 guns against you. It's like, yeah.
What do you hate against? What do you have against freedom, Ben? That's what I want to know.
I don't know.
What do you have against?
Ben's anti-freedom. Come on.
Yeah.
This state now has 2 Republican senators.
I don't have any problem with someone having guns in their home, but why would you want more guns than you can carry at a single time?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I can understand why you'd own multiple guns, but not for home defense. If you were like a gun collector, like like I want to go a hunting rifle, then I want a handgun. But yeah, owning like 30 guns is like, besides being like an arms dealer, it doesn't even make any sense.
Right.
Oh, it does.
Republican governor, but it has actually gone for the Democrat in the presidential elections, Barack Obama twice, and many times before that. So do you think that it is really possible to win Iowa? Never mind the caucuses, but when you're talking about the actual race for the White House.
I do think it is possible. My election shows that when you have troubled times, people look for a strong leader.
Yeah, kind of like Germany post World War I.
Yeah.
Germany.
You're all Hitler.
Yeah.
It will move the nation in the right direction.
This bitch speaks in, like, the vaguest of political generalities.
That's what she has to do. She wants to win the Iowa.
You have to go in the right direction.
You know, I think especially for Republicans, the person that wins the Iowa caucus does not normally get the nomination.
No.
I think it may have been Santorum last time, but I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
It was either Huckabee or Santorum, or maybe I think Huckabee won it the time before, and then Santorum the second. I'll look that up just to make sure I'm right.
That's what we're seeing. That's what we're seeing. So we are in troubled times right now around the world. We need a leader that will keep us safe and move America forward.
One last question. I was here with Hillary Clinton when she was campaigning for your opponent, Bruce Braley, in the Senate race. She was very clear, and she said, it's not enough to be a woman.
Interesting.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty obvious
not
statement.
enough to be a woman.
Huh.
If someone's elected by their gender, that was just be nonsensical.
According to Wikipedia, Rick Santorum and Mitt Romney tied in the Iowa caucus for 2012, 25% to 25%, and then Ron Paul got 21%.
Yeah,
in that
was like one of Ron Paul's best showings, I think.
And then in 2008, it was Mike Huckabee that won with 34%. So,
his campaign has gone on.
Santorum was kind of like the replacement Huckabee. They were both very religious, very conservative Christian, and that's.
I can't believe a lot of these fucks are trotting their shit out yet again, too.
Yep.
They love their little 15 minutes of fame they can get.
I would say, Hillary, it's not enough to be a woman. You have to care about women's issues. And women's issues here in Iowa are that we have a strong economy. We have jobs that our
That's not
sons
the only
and
concern
daughters
people
can
have,
go
you fucking retard.
So basically, you're going to say...
There's jobs!
Even,
what about the quality of the fucking jobs?
You're just like... She just keeps going back. Jobs, economy, economy, jobs, jobs, economy, economy, jobs.
This is just her fucking publicist in her ear and their fucking campaign strategist. Say jobs a lot. Say economy a lot.
What do you think about women's issues? Well, women care about jobs and the economy, and the economy
So
and
that's
jobs.
a women's issue automatically.
Polling says the economy is the number one concern. Talk about the economy. That's all they do. They just fucking listen to polls and they fucking just spout off bullshit that's very vague and sounds good. We need to move this country forward. We need to create hundreds of thousands of new jobs.
Like,
we need to lower unemployment.
Apparently the idea is that if you say economy enough in a conversation, it seems like you understand the economy. Economy.
Someday. We have a great educational system, and women want strong national defense.
Yep.
Women want strong defense.
That's what women always tell me. You know, God.
Hey, baby, what do you want? Oh, I don't know. Strong national defense.
Yeah, I often hear that as well.
It's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Women want the economy and jobs and strong national defense. Coincidentally, the very same issues you were talking about before.
Fuck, even when I was working the Wendy's drive-thru, it's like, thank you for choosing Wendy's. Can I take your order? Yes, I would really like strong national defense.
Beds like me too.
Yep.
Don't we all? And jobs. And don't forget that economy.
I know that our families are going to
So
be
you're
safe.
throwing her words against you back at her now, aren't you?
I am because I do believe you have to be a leader with a vision, and you have to show Iowans that you want.
Not you.
And not just a woman.
And not just a woman.
Not just a woman.
Thank
What
you.
is your
Thank you
vision?
so much.
Congratulations.
Her vision,
Economy,
her vision is that the economy should be improved and we should have more jobs and national defense.
Yeah,
is
because
important.
we don't spend enough money on that to begin with.
What a fucking unique set of principles.
Yeah, I've never heard that line before.
We're going to do one more video here, and then we'll probably take a short break and get set up for the game stream, and then move over to Rage Feed for that.
So join us on Rage Feed.
Yeah, so do you want to do this other video, or do you just want to sign off and get ready to do...
It's your call.
All right. Next video, Glenn Beck suggests Americans prepare for all-out war.
I haven't talked to Ted in depth on what would your war strategy be.
Right. Maybe we should do that next.
When they say Ted, they're talking about Ted Cruz.
Oh,
God.
Yeah,
But even
because I don't know where he stands on that.
But even if you get Ted Cruz, and even if you think he's the perfect guy, he goes in there, he tries to do this. We think he's going to do it right. 4 years later, he might not have the job. That thing's it's still going on. Even if you go in there and you pull all the troops, there's always going to be something going on.
Although Bush could have taken care of. Come on, in 4 years, certainly 8 years.
It's funny. The only people stupider and more ridiculous than Glenn Beck are the fucking cronies on his show.
Of course, he needs someone to make him look good.
Right.
Could have taken care of Iraq to the point where it was subdued. I mean, it was
kind of,
I mean, he did.
George Bush could have done that.
How can this with a straight face, man? This is such bullshit.
It kind of didn't.
There was a mid-range there.
Yeah. Bush could have done it, but he just, he pussied out.
Bush could have
There's
just
a lot of
kept
messing around.
going.
The middle part, before the surge, there was a screw-up.
Yes,
then he started
big
the
time.
surge, and it got good. I mean, if
It
you
got
would
better.
have walked
It got
in
good.
with
It got good.
It got good. I would have lived there.
Yeah, then Iraq was fine. It got good.
As we've seen, Iraq has no problems now.
And now Iraq is fixed.
Yeah, no problems.
actual
bless
shock and
America.
awe, it would have been
Yes.
better.
But again,
put the hammer down.
But who
Isn't
knows?
this
Win the war and get out.
Isn't this the communist argument all the time? Like, look, if Stalin would have just done this,
Yes.
they never do this.
Right.
It never happens.
Right.
The right thing never occurs.
Well, used to.
I'm kind
What
of
are you
with
talking
used to.
about?
Yeah, I don't get.
I don't get what you're
Yeah.
even fucking saying there.
Don't think
Up
too much.
until
It's
the
It's been a
Glenn
long
Beck
time.
show.
Yeah, but we
Long
used to.
time.
up until tragedy and hope.
Yes.
And also, I mean, this, a lot of that stuff happened before there were these sort of restrictions. And I don't, again, we can say we want them to go in and act like World War II.
Man,
but
I
the
never thought
bottom
I'd
line is
say
that
this, but can Glenn Beck start talking?
Yeah. Yeah, really. I mean, like.
So are they saying, well, if Bush would have had another term, he could have won the
They're
war,
saying he could have
but
won it.
Obama came along.
He could have won it in his terms he already had. I guess he squandered it, and then probably Obama. Obama sides with the terrorists.
Obama kept the war going for a while.
That was just to confuse people.
we have one bomb that flies off target by 6 inches, and it's like the biggest story in the world forever. People who were naked in a prison dominated the news for 6 months.
Yeah,
So you talk about like they weren't just naked in a prison; they were like being like systematically tortured.
Yeah, so torturing and killing innocent people.
Yeah.
Bomb was 6 inches away. Come on, just a few civilians were killed. What's the big fucking deal?
I mean, you can't prosecute a war. They were in a pyramid, and there was a dog barking nearby.
And the dog barked at him.
But when you have
Can't
that,
have that.
I'm sure.
I'm sure that happened to you.
I'm sure if that happened to you 3 fucking miserable fucks, you'd be like, that was nothing.
That was pretty funny, guys.
Remember that time that fucking woman with giant butch lesbian arms fisted me in the ass and made me fucking crawl into a pyramid while a vicious dog was barking inches from my face? That didn't traumatize me at all.
I mean, how can you possibly
feel fine?
They were terrorists, though.
Prosecute a
Terrorists.
war in a way that we say would be a winnable way. And when you can't do it that way,
Well, they always used the word winning. We're gonna win.
We're gonna win, guys.
the war.
It's like, do you even understand the concept of war?
That's when the tickets come out.
Oh, I see.
There's
At
a
the
big
end,
ticket slot in the ground in Iraq, and after you win the war,
and then you take it up to the counter.
yeah,
and
you get like a stuffed animal or something.
awesome.
I don't think naked pyramids are winning a war.
No,
I'm not saying that. But what I'm
when
saying
you
is
have when you have a
thing that is-
populist,
So Glenn Beck is the voice of reason in this conversation.
He has to be. Because I mean, look at what he's got to work with.
These are his employees here, man.
He's like, I need 2 guys crazier and stupider than me.
Yep.
To make me look reasonable by comparison.
nuts. Just because you saw men in a naked pyramid and a dog barked near them, you can't prosecute a war like that.
Yeah, we talk about like World War II, where they went after,
What?
they did shock and awe, certainly in World War II.
Yeah.
Hundreds of thousands, if not millions of civilians died. It was not a pretty picture. And obviously war is hell, but is there any way that America, with the backbone they have today, with the 99%ers, with Occupy Wall Street as part of this country, with all of that they're going to accept a war effort like that? And
Yes.
you better freaking be right on that one.
So you're saying we need like total warfare, raise the fields, kill everyone, And if we don't, then we're just not in it enough.
Exactly.
Just a bunch of hippie pussies don't want to kill a bunch of civilians. What's wrong with you?
I mean, you're saying if everything changes, and maybe that's true.
We
wouldn't have accepted it before World War II either, I guess.
No, we wouldn't have. Except a couple of variable changes.
Different fucking circumstances.
Economic collapse.
Yeah.
And
don't worry, that
and terrorist attacks here on our own soil,
chick is gonna solve
where they
the
go into a
economy,
school
so.
and they just kill a bunch of our children.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll bomb the snot out of them.
Yeah.
We'll bomb the snot out of them.
Bomb
if
the
you
snot.
if you had a Republican, if we had President Obama, I think we would just go on some apology tour.
Yeah, we just
okay. So
if terrorists killed a bunch of children, Obama would just be like, we're sorry.
We're sorry you had to kill them.
But if we had a Republican, we'd go and level the
Bomb
whole
the
country.
snot out of them.
How would
bomb around.
Yeah. How would we identify which country they came from?
Oh, we just throw a dart at a map.
Right.
They're brown. Get rid of them.
If it's brown, flush it down.
But if we had an economic collapse where people were
send the
frightened,
the
really
new
truly
cocky
frightened,
to
and
destroy Baghdad.
then on top of it, you had a really bad terrorist attack, I think we would.
I mean, we had a really bad terrorist attack. 3,000 people died to start this.
Right.
In Afghanistan, there was still some of that. It wasn't as bad as Iraq.
You didn't have it preceded. Remember, we were still in good times. We still were at the we're not in fear of losing our country yet. Once you, most people are not.
Yep.
Most people are not. When you have a real, true fear of losing everything, losing your homeland, and that happens when people are invading. It's going to be different this next time.
Okay, the only way we're going to lose our homeland is from within.
Who the fuck is going to invade us? Who are we going to be invaded by? Is Al Qaeda gonna come invade America?
They
gonna blow up the White House. Fly the Al Qaeda flag.
Even if they wanted to, they don't have enough people. If everyone from Al Qaeda band together and try to
and
sail onto the shore and take over, they wouldn't even have enough people to take over one city. We would send the National Guard there and level them.
Even just the population of America could take those people out. We're heavily armed.
So who else could it be then? Anyone else? I don't.
Is he just talking about Mexicans or
I don't know.
What is going on?
It's not going to be 19 guys who got onto a passport and just came over here.
What's it going to be?
Now it's going to be homegrown. Now it's going to be. They're going to be in multiple cities, so you won't know.
So you're talking about just terrorist cells across America.
It's still not enough to lose our homeland.
Right.
Maybe it'll cause some problems.
That could happen, but it's not going to destroy America. It's just going to be we're going to have to deal with some terrorism.
If anything, it's going to destroy America in the sense that we're just going to get more paranoid and more freedoms going to be taken away.
Yeah, that'd be the way it would happen. It'd be reactionary fucks like Glenn Beck that were actually destroying things.
Right. Next thing you know, we won't even be allowed to wear clothes onto an airplane.
It's everyone has to get naked. Get in your gel pod.
Yeah.
You're going into stasis for the flight.
Yeah. Get ready for suspended animation.
Can't trust you. Be
Did
awake.
you see that what ISIS came out and said? That ISIS, their number one goal now is to hit America and kill the president.
Okay.
I'm almost surprised that Glenn Beck doesn't fucking support them then.
I cannot imagine.
Yeah, that would change perspectives. Certainly.
That would change perspectives entirely. Unfortunately, it would change perspectives here in the United States. We got the Patriot Act the last time. Can you even...
Hold on. Is he trying to pretend like he was against the Patriot Act?
Yeah, I guess he is.
No fucking way. I listened to this guy all the time back in the day, and he never had a problem with the Patriot Act.
He does now.
A bunch of conservatives did this. They totally flip-flopped
on the Patriot.
Yeah,
because now Democrats are in power.
Right,
power,
which doesn't give Democrats an excuse for continuing it. But
fuck the Patriot Act.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
And fuck Glenn Beck and his ass. But more so fuck his little sidekicks.
Yeah, they suck. All right,
They're
so
worse.
we're going to sign off now. We're going to take a break to get things set up,
And
refresh
then we'll be
ourselves.
on the Rage feed.
Phage read. So,
yeah.
Good night, everybody, and we'll see you for another episode of the Drunken Peasants on Friday. Bye-bye.